Hello! Hey, we're here!
The
We've
lever
been here for a
has
while.
been pulled.
It's 19 minutes of dead
Yes.
air.
Mushroom
It'd
boy.
be like that sometimes.
Yep.
It happens.
We hope you enjoyed your 19 minutes of dead air. We were having intense conversations about, Kingdom Hearts and how much we are infuriated by the series. So that took 20 minutes, basically.
Yeah. Once you're watching the VODs, then it's like 2 seconds of nothing.
Yeah. Which
I do trim that
if
out.
you've missed, if this is your first episode, or a few episodes
40?
ago was your first episode,
40.
is this episode 40?
This is episode 40.
Dang.
Wow.
40 in.
Yeah, we
All right.
Crazy.
as a heads up for everyone, it not next Monday, but the Monday afterwards is a roughly, because we started on, I believe, the 11th is our official 1 year point of the stream. So we will have streamed for 42 streams basically, which obviously we've had some not plays, but we also did some like tier lists and stuff like that in there. So I think there's only been a few times we haven't been on every Monday. So if you want something consistent, folks, and you're new, we're consistent, sort of, kind of.
We're kind of. You'll see
Start
it.
time is not consistent, but everything else
No.
is.
No.
The fun times.
My own start time's not even consistent.
Start times are consistent, but the good times are.
I give people who have consistent start times a lot of credit. There's a streamer I started watching, and she is just like consistent every single time for when she starts. I'm like, nope, we don't do that.
I get a notification every weekday at 4 p.m. for Say Jam, and I'm like, I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he's there every day at 4
They're just
PM,
ready. They're just professional, man. Here on the Elyssia stream, you expect professionalism. You get Wendy's instead, and that's what we're here for.
Oh wow! No disparaging of Wendy's on this stream.
No, Wendy's is top tier.
Yeah, hold on. I don't want to get flame broiled by Wendy's.
I don't need Wendy roasting me on Twitter.
Disparage Burger King. Does anyone like?
I only disparage McDonald's because Burger King is slept on 100%.
You know
McDonald's is delicious.
How did you say
like
something
McDonald's.
so controversial yet so brave? I think you know what? I've been moving in that direction as well. McDonald's is fine. It's not going to hurt anybody to make fun of it, but Burger King has kind of gotten a bad rap, and they've been silently.
I agree with that.
Their
McChicken, their McKing sandwich, or McKing.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know the last time I had Burger King.
So there you go, everyone. We're not sponsored, but take
look at how great our ad was right there. We could be. You could get this type of advertisements.
Yeah, go out, get yourself
Wendy's,
a
hit me up. I will chill like crazy.
What if Burger King contacts you, Brennan, and wants to do a sponsorship?
I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about sponsorships in general. Doing them.
I love them. As someone who gets them all the time to pay for stuff, please give me money to say that your product is good. I will say it.
Brennan, you get a lifetime
that
supply of Burger King. Like, you just go to Burger King every day and get a Whopper.
They're not going to send me a lifetime supply of Burger King.
They're going to send it to you.
They're going to give me like a $15 coupon and
you.
Send me $20 and say, here you go.
Oh,
I would hope it'd be more than $20. I would at least hope it'd be $25. That's enough to at least get Burger King.
Well, no, because they give you the $20 and they give you the $15 off coupon at your next order.
Oh, there you go.
Order, so.
Get your Chick-King.
And it's like, okay, cool, thanks.
So there we go. We did it.
Well, now that we've thoroughly made me want a fast food hamburger, let's go ahead and get started with tonight's session.
Yeah.
Hey.
Which,
just
to double check, everyone has leveled up. We are all level 6 now. Spells picked.
Ethan is really double checking that we've leveled up.
Who wants to make sure?
Level 20, right?
I just want to make sure.
Level 20.
Not level 20. Not yet.
I should be level 8, right? Level 8.
Level
That's what
20.
Level 2, 8.
Just
updated the image for level 9.
Level 20 is probably going to be in like 2 years. Level 8 probably in 1.5. So be prepared.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get there.
Well, that's a quick ramp from 8 to 20.
Yeah, once you hit level 8, for me, Dungeons & Dragons just sucks until you hit level 20. So we're just gonna blow through 13 levels of D&D.
You know how it is.
Yep. It do be like that sometimes. It's like
does.
life.
We're just
like life.
We're gonna finish our level 8 session, and we're gonna be
and the rest of your life is just a speed race to the end.
Yep. All right. Well, I will go ahead and give us a quick recap of last week's session. You guys have now moved out of Hither and gone into Yan, but before that, you had fought with Scabatha Nightshade at the kind of front parlor of her base at Loomlurch, which is this big fallen oak tree that had been turned into a, home for her. She kind of been doing all her evil operations. There was a evil toy factory there where people who had wandered into thither, excuse me, had changed and been so corrupted by Scabatha's dark magic that they turned into children, and she was forcing them to work in her evil toy factory, making these horrible tin soldiers that served as a armed force for her. So you guys basically went through Loomlurch and started freeing some children. You killed some tin soldiers. You killed some carpets. You killed a living doll. You guys killed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we did.
You killed a little girl who was a ghoul by asking her to go and get boggle oil, and when you returned to the scene of the crime, she was dead and being eaten. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. So yes, the big meat and potatoes of last week was you re-encountered Scabatha Nightshade, who began to attempt to poison the mind of the party and convert you all into children, which she did successfully do to Joel, and she almost successfully did with Arthur, and revealed to the party that Arthur has murdered children before. So
not true. Fake news.
Fake news. So we may be dealing with that today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the party has in store for that. So, anyways, you guys fought Scabatha Nightshade. Sentinel was a boss last week. He killed like 8 things. He killed everything last session. So he was off the hook.
Everything.
But yeah, you guys defeated Scabatha Nightshade. Woo. Oh, I need to plug my computer in. That would be very helpful. Yes, you also have her head. So now Jamie is carrying the head of both Scabatha Nightshade and Balv Nerona, whatever her last name is, because I don't remember it because it's not that important. So you have 2 of the 3 hags defeated. Upon killing Scabatha, Darian went through a bit of a change, and now he needs to feed every day, or else his Fey energy will begin to go amok, and bad things will happen. But he knows that. Well, doesn't really know it. He feels it. The rest of you aren't as privy to that information. So after that, you guys needed to find a way to go from thither to yon, and you just so happen to have Squirt, the little junkie inkwell who wanted boggle oil more than anything. He offered a lot of favors. He made a lot of insults. And finally, you guys are ready to give him some boggle oil. You found one. You squeezed the boggle. You filled him up. He opened the portal. You went through the portal, and Jamie killed him. Jamie destroyed him because he was so bad and so awful that none of you could deal with him. And I'll be honest, I've come up with some interesting NPCs. He is the first one you guys have ever killed, so I feel pretty happy about that. I'm impressed by that.
He is
killed
on the
is such
count.
a subjective term.
It's such
a subjective term.
He felt, and he had a face. So you tell me what you want to do.
As far as I am concerned, he's on the count, so it's a kill. You murdered him.
It was a murder. It was a murder.
It is on the count.
He is on the count. Jamie has that kill.
A defenseless being.
Yep.
And you got him his fix. He could have been an upstanding member of society if you just had gotten that boggle and just let him.
We got him some rehab,
Yeah.
He's not into rehabbing.
Yeah, no, he's just into relapsing. That's all Squirt wants. Is just his boggle oil.
I don't know what I will let you all have whatever you need to believe.
Anyways, you guys.
Zero guilt.
You're holier than thou attitude.
Zero guilt.
The count says otherwise.
Through Squirt's portal, you guys dropped into the craggy, mountainous region of Yon, which I will real quick. Let me get some music going. I am going. Yep, I got to get that mood going. I got new music for Yon, so on this Elyssia stream, you don't have to expect the same thing. You get multiple songs.
Yeah.
We're not like your mother's D&D group. We're a real D&D group.
Not your grandmother's D&D.
Nope. So,
although I would really like to see that.
Grandmother's D&D.
Grandmother's.
That would be kind of funny, actually.
Yep.
During the Satanic Panic, that'd be interesting.
Harold, would you get my teeth for me? I need to chew this spell real quick. Now that I've thoroughly embarrassed myself, I'm going to read this quick passage after you've dropped into Yawn. This is technically before you killed Squirt, but this is just a reminder for everyone. So you stand on a path that wends between rock crags on a mountainside. The sky is dark and full of rolling thunder clouds. You are greeted by howling winds, and for a second, a lightning splits the sky, striking nearby mountaintops and illuminating a distant pinnacle of rock that has a foreboding castle carved out of it. So kind of as the layout of the land real quick, where you guys are, there is a lake in front of you. I'm calling it a lake, but it's more of like an indentation with a large amount of water in it. It doesn't really look like it's an actual lake. It looks like it's filled with rainwater. There seems to be a large castle-like structure both to your right, or to the east, I should say, and to the northeast just slightly, kind of at the end of the mountain pass. To your west seems to be a area that has a lot of like rock formations, but not like mountainous rock formations. Like someone's built these like structures, kind of like a Stonehenge almost. Look, there's these stone pillars and statues arranged in a formation. And finally, there is a lake and kind of a crag in the middle that has all of these like towerous pillars, with one of the pillars seemingly lighting and then going out every few minutes. The other big thing to note here about Yawn is that throughout the mountainside, there is a grand total of 8 of these kind of lightning rods. And every so often, the thunder clouds will kind of roll over. They will strike these lightning rods, illuminating the entire area, which, so you are aware, if you do not have dark vision, Yawn isn't completely blind to you, but your field of vision is greatly reduced until this like massive lightning strike hits these lightning rods and kind of for a couple seconds illuminates the area around you before it slowly fades into a shadowless darkness. And then after the lightning strikes these lightning rods, it is funneled into that castle into the far north, the lightning energy. Welcome to Yawn.
Well,
if I had to take a wild
place
guess,
looks like it sucks.
So we've got a lake with monoliths directly in front of us. To our west, sorry.
Not really directly in front of you. It is a distance traveled, but it is it is north of you.
And then to our west/left, we have the kind of Stonehenge arrangement of rocks. And then what did you say was to our right/east?
A castle-like formation. Yes, a castle-like formation.
Yep.
You can see some lights in it. It isn't really a man-made castle. It looks to be like a part of the mountain that has formed to look like a castle.
Okay. Okay.
And you guys have dropped down, and Jamie has destroyed Squirt.
Absolutely murdered Squirt. Well, can't say I blame you for that. That's yeah.
His ghost will haunt you.
What's the temperature of the area?
It is a crisp high 30s. So not quite where you need cold weather gear, but it is colder. I will also say the general air is oppressive. If thither was oppressive due to the circumstances caused by Scabbeth the Nightshade's dealings and magic, the area here just in general is oppressive, being a mountainside, largely lacking any type of vegetation, constant state of storms and nighttime, and the perpetual lightning strikes and thunderclaps that just seem to happen every 5 minutes or so.
So if I had to guess, the castle probably would be where Edelin is going to be. But do we want to try out some of these other areas and see if we can find some shelter, help? Kind of like what we did in the other areas. We seem to stumble upon people in need first and then head towards the hag with at least a little bit more information after helping them. I'd hate to go in blind.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like that would help us out any. We might as well.
So the last person we had help us was not very helpful, more so a hindrance.
He was here, didn't he?
And, no, I mean, he gave us information, but he also attacked us as an Oni, so, you know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No, I was
Squirts.
talking about Will.
It's like Squirts was very helpful. He was just annoying.
Will of the Feywild was very not
Yeah.
super helpful.
Dude.
Everyone else
seems to be a theme with us. Is we typically don't get to keep around our people who are going to help us for very long.
But even Sir Tristan refused to fight with us, so
We probably should have just not got Will of the Feywild. It would have made that fight easier.
yeah.
Well, how we were supposed to know that?
He didn't know. We didn't know.
Time travel.
Hindsight's 2020.
Hindsight was so 2 years ago.
You guys are great.
Okay. All right.
So we get pulse
That is
straws.
so
How
funny,
where are we
man.
deciding to go?
We
I'm
spin the
indifferent at this
Sentinel.
point.
Wait, are we trying to find a place to go where we might think there might be people?
At least somebody to guide us. I don't know my
Yeah, we don't
bearings
really know
here.
where
I
we're
can
going.
I can
Also,
think
I'd say
maybe
I don't
food.
know a lot about outside, but I don't think rocks normally just like arrange themselves in such a way. Maybe we head there.
Or do they?
I mean, this place is nonsensical, so they very well could.
Yeah, not
I
very
was just
good.
saying
Not
that.
the top.
I'm not opposed to going to the Stonehenge.
Yes.
I'm not either.
Maybe they have food.
Okay.
All right.
All right, you guys would like to head to the strange rock formation to your west then.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so you guys start making your way westward then. Judging from where you landed, and this is kind of up on a hill, so you're going to have to climb up this hill a bit. Nothing you need climbing gear for or anything. There are some very clear handholds and like ledges that you can work your way to. But yeah, you guys can start making your way over there. Doesn't take long though, probably just hour or so before you finally begin to make your way closer to this hill here. And the weather and rain has started to pick up quite a bit. It's now coming down at a much greater, faster pace. Sentinel, you're just completely soaked through. Your outer feather layer that's designed to protect you from the rain has given all it can, and even your down feathers on the inside are just stopping wet right now, which Sentinel has a protective rain cloak. The rest of you don't, so you can just imagine how rain-soaked the rest of you are right now. However, as you are making your way through the rain, guided by these kind of lightning strikes that sort of illuminate the area to allow you to see a little better, even those with dark vision, it's still a relatively oppressive, dark area, difficult to kind of make out what you're looking at, given the fact that everything around you is a form of gray. However, you see two figures standing on an outcrop of a rock just before you reach the hill of this stone formation. One is a slender female elf wearing a crescent moon mask, and the other is a 3-foot-tall dandelion with a small rapier strapped to its stem. The elf first notices you. As she points in your direction, the dandelion draws its rapier and assumes a defensive pose.
Well, there's no need for hostilities. We're not trying to harm you unless.
How large? It's the size of a normal dandelion.
It's 3 foot. It's 3 feet tall.
Oh, okay, so much.
So it's a little bigger than a normal dandelion. And then the elf is.
Yeah, 3 feet's only a little bit bigger than it is.
A little bit bigger than a normal dandelion.
A couple of
inches, 3 feet.
A few feet.
If dandelions are just a little smaller than 3 feet, you need to take care of your lawn a little better.
Yeah, I got
what is happening over there?
Oh, my 2-foot dandelions.
No wonder you're moving. We living in Jumanji house.
So the dandelion branches his rapier at you while the elf kind of defensively stands behind him.
Please do not attack us. Random plant, I guess, and also you.
The dandelion speaks first. Well, now, why don't y'all state your names for me? Let me know you come in piece.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
doing
well.
tips.
Name is Dr. Jamie Watts.
This is
The
the rest of the
others-
gang.
No, this is Sentinel. He's also a thing that talks that like by all means shouldn't, and then these other two.
I'm Arthur.
And Darby.
That's their names, Arthur and Darby.
Yeah.
Friend or foe? Or should I say, are you on the side of the hag that rules this place?
I'm just gonna point to the two heads hanging on Jamie's belt.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. I'll be like,
Point taken. I would like to introduce ourselves because I believe that we may have a similar goal to accomplish here. I am the great warrior, knight of Queen Zatina. My name is Dan Dillion. And this is Gleam.
It would be Dandelion, wouldn't it? Of all the things.
Hey!
Okay. You know, it's crazy. We met another one of Queen Zatina's knights not that long ago.
Did you happen to... Oh, we lost Matt.
Oh, someone.
His background changed though.
Did it? Oh, he's back?
Oh, yeah, he's back.
I don't know.
Don't mind the broken cameras.
Dandelion.
Dandelion.
Dandelion, owner of Dimsdale Dillion.
Dandelion!
Dandelion. I'm your Dimsdale.
My YouTube's been watching.
We encountered another one of Queen Zatina's warriors. I think he went by Sir Kristen. I'm going to say his name incorrectly to see if Dan Dillion corrects me to see if this guy's lying.
Well, now, I don't know much about any Sir Kristens, but there was a Sir Tristan that was quite the cowardly folk back where I come from.
That
tracks.
Wasn't very brave.
That tracks. Yeah, that tracks very well.
I apologize if my cohort was unable to assist you in any meaningful way. He kind of was known around these parts as a coward.
No, that tracks.
Yeah.
He was quite a capable guide,
Hey!
but other than pointing us in the right direction, he wasn't much help.
Well, I apologize if he put you in any premature harm's way.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say so.
It seems if you have the heads of the other two hags, you're more than willing to take care of yourselves now.
Yeah, I was gonna say we pretty much put ourselves in harm's way well before anybody else has the opportunity to. So,
We kind of walk into it more often than not.
As have I, friends. I just got done rescuing Glimmer here from the clutches of Endelin the Hag.
Endelin Moonstone, is it Glimmer or Gleam? Because you said the elf's name was Gleam before.
I apologize. My slow nature as a dandelion has made me mistake the name. Gleam is the correct name. It was a slip of the petal, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, understandable.
How did you... Is Dandelion rooted to the ground, or does he look...
No, he's walking. He's freestanding and walking.
Okay.
That's weird.
I was about to say, like, if we cut his stem off, like, did he die, or...
No, he's wearing new Nikes.
How is that your first thought?
He's friendly.
Well, because he's a dandelion, and I've never seen a 3-foot-tall dandelion move around before. I didn't know if he was stuck in this place or
personally
not.
saved this elf from the clutches of Edelin?
I did. She and her sister, Glamour, were in the clutches of Moongrave.
Cool.
And I saved her using my wit and my cunning.
So she must not have been in very big danger then, huh?
I am an exceptional warrior.
Of that I have no doubt.
No,
Do you think you could brave the layer again, because we are looking to end this hag's reign, and having a guide would be incredibly helpful.
My mission was very clear from the start. I was to rescue Gleam from the clutches of Endlin and get her away.
And your mission was given to you by...
It was given to me by one who still remains in the palace, who is an ally to us.
Ooh.
Who's that?
Does this person have a name?
I don't know if I can trust you with that information, friends. Top secret.
Well, I guess having two hagheads is not good enough to show that we're on.
Well, in fairness, Darby, the hags don't really particularly like each other, so they could have sent somebody to kill them. So I kind of see the logic there. Is there any way we could help earn your trust, Dan?
Dandelion doesn't speak up, but Gleam speaks up. She goes, "Why, yes, there actually is something you could do. Now you see this knuckle-headed plant here. Got me, but he didn't get my sister, and she is currently trapped within Endelin's clutches. I would very much like to go back and get her. Now there, little lady. Dandelion did everything that he could to rescue you from Endelin's clutches. There were many darklings to deal with, so we escaped with what resources we could escape with. Capiche?"
And a darkling is...
Jamie, I believe you were the one who went and talked to the guys at the balloon and hither.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Those were darklings.
And I would know that, or is that something that I would...
Yeah, I would say
we have darklings in
you
Elyssia?
would not have them in Elyssia, but I think they refer to themselves as darklings.
Okay. Well, then I'll just be like, oh, okay. Those are the guys who sell you things for weird other things.
I see you have met Endelin's traveling trove. She has many darklings established under her belt.
Oh.
Okay.
That sounds cool.
Do you know much about Endelin Moongrave?
Not particularly.
We know that she's alive when she shouldn't be anymore, so...
We know she's recently lost two sisters.
Yeah, we know she works on Despair. She's taking over Yawn.
She is generally known here as the actress of Despair in these parts. Endelin, after she came into power, took over Castle Mother Home and turned it into a theater where she hosts plays of despair for her viewing pleasures. It is also stated, but not known as fact by me, as I have not drawn swords with her, that she in these parts is immortal.
Well, we can always put that to the test.
Nothing's immortal.
She's immortal, you said, in these parts. Is that just a way of you phrasing it, or are you saying that she's not immortal elsewhere?
That I am unsure of, but from what I know, other knights of Queen Zatina have gone against the hags, and while the sisters could be harmed, Endelin takes no wounds, not like you and I do.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, that makes it a lot harder to kill.
There may be a way to harm her, but I am unsure of what it may be.
Well, that sounds great.
Well, that sounds like step one of the plan.
Who would know?
Difficult to say. Possibly one who is allied to her, if you could convince them to speak. Or perhaps some wandering rove here in Yom, blessed with knowledge that we are not. It is difficult to say.
So either find somebody who's working with her or just a random person on the
That
street.
happens to know.
Great.
Those some good leads.
Well, since your mission was to... Oh, sorry, Jamie, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Okay, since your mission, Dan, was to help Gleam out
Dandelion, please.
Dandelion. To help Gleam out of the clutches of Edelin. And Edelin wants to go get her sister. If we were to take... if Gleam wants to go get her sister, if we grab Gleam and take her with us to go get her sister, are you then... Is your mission to then come with us till Gleam gets out again?
I guess that could be my mission. Gleam, is there any way that I could convince you to return to the Palace of Heart's Desire with me? Nope, I want to go save my sister.
Well, yeah,
I don't know if that's a good place for you to be anyway.
Yeah.
Especially because we know of what's his face.
Jabberwock.
The evil
for
guy.
sure.
The
big,
big man, the big boss.
Usually the biggest dick is the person sitting in the biggest chair. So
yes,
that is
that is true. I believe that there may be some safe places that I could hide Gleam within the palace, as I am the only figure currently within Yom, besides maybe Endelin, that can access the front gates of the palace and take her there.
Oh, that's good to know.
No.
Okay. And here we thought that you were just this crazy dandelion person.
I'm sorry. Did you just refer to me as a dandelion?
A dandelion person, specifically, but
my name is Dandelion. And I would like to let you know something right now, my friend. And he kind of gets right up to you, Jamie. And if he had eyes, which he doesn't, he's looking right in your eyes.
Oh, okay. Please.
Dandelion is not a flower. Dandelion is not a dandelion. Dandelion is a full, living, breathing machine. Dandelion does not make love. Dandelion fuck.
I don't like anything about these places that we're in. I can tell you that for sure. But I'm glad to know that you are enjoying whatever delusion you're currently in.
It is no delusion. Dandelion has a lineup of ladies waiting to slurp down on his pedals.
I don't like this.
He was a
like
fine
NPC.
He was a fine NPC.
He was gonna be cool.
You know, Jamie, it's crazy. It's not just Elyssia. It seems like everywhere we go, people just really want to talk about their genitalia. I don't understand it.
It's constant, and I feel like
he was bringing it out in them because, like, I've met people before I knew you where this didn't happen. It must
be fair.
I'm starting to feel like it's
to
me
be
now.
fair. Dr. Watts did say the biggest dicks sit in the biggest chair, so he brought up genitalia first.
I mean,
maybe that's what gets it on their mind.
Colloquialism. Even I understand he didn't mean that, but
yeah, but like, I'm starting to think the common denominator here is me. Which is fine, I guess. I'll deal with that on my own time. Good to know. I didn't know I didn't mean to necessarily offend you. You just look like a talking dandelion.
I am not a talking dandelion. Please do not say that to me.
Didn't. But all right. We're just gonna. The petals that make up your ears are probably really tough to hear with. That's fine. What species would you like to be referred to in? Guy who's named Dandelion and looks like a giant dandelion?
I would like to be referred to as Dandelion. Thank you very much.
All right. Dandelion of the species Dandelion who has a delusion about sexual prowess. Sounds great. You can tell us wherever we need to go now. Or would you like me to like get you a nice potted plant to sit in?
Jamie, let's cool down. I was gonna like usher Jamie away for let's cool down here for a second. Let's not interrogate the only person we know who can bring us.
All of the NPCs.
Please,
we don't need to anger him yet.
I get it. It's
Anger
weird.
him?
It's weird.
It's
I understand, Jamie.
Yes, we
it's
get
weird.
that.
I get it.
Look,
Yeah, and Sentinel's just a chicken, Jamie. Oh
yes,
my god. Okay.
Yeah. This is a Sentinel situation, Jamie. All right. He is a guardian fowl. You don't call him chicken. That is not okay. Even though we do it all the time, but you still don't do
Carter's
it.
just gonna pat Jamie on the back and just slowly walk him away.
Anyway.
Let's just
Anyways,
we're gonna
Dandelion,
go. Let's just.
So what's the plan? What's the play here? We need to go get her sister from the castle. And,
That is
like the
correct.
and figure out how to kill the hag some way.
That is also correct.
Okay.
That
Is there
is
anywhere
correct.
that we need to go beforehand that would be useful to us, or that would help us?
I mean, there are a few places here in Yom that are of note. He points towards the crag lake with the pillars. Over there is something we call the Fey Beacon. Supposedly, if you light them up, they can take you someplace wonderful. To our west is called the Lochberry Hinge. Now, I don't know what that means, because where I come from, we don't like lochberries, we don't like hinges. And and to the east, that is the Bridanoch Mines. You will find a lot of Bridanochs mining within their mines at the Bridanoch Mines. Mining things the Bridanochs. Fuck, man, I can't keep a straight face today.
Okay, very
That's the
self-explanatory
Bridnock
place.
Mines where the Bridnock's mine.
Yes, they mine things
No,
that the
dim
Bridanochs
alone
mine.
explosion.
Okay. Are they
The
hostile
Bridnoch
people?
mines.
or-
I'm sorry, what was the
Are
question?
the Bridanochs hostile?
Well, now, some people believe that they may be in league with Edelyn Moongrave.
Of course.
So, it's difficult for me to say. I have not met many Bridnochs in my time. They usually spend their days mining away in the Bridnoch mines, mining fancy gems the way the Bridnochs mine those gems.
Of course.
Yeah, they do.
So being removed from Edelyn, you don't believe that they would be somebody who would know how to harm her then, even though they're in league with her.
I don't think so. Though they have been in war with the Coriids for quite some time. Long as I can remember.
Or with the Quariads?
Yes, the Coriids. They're kind of a rock type people that calls this place home. They, difficult to see because they can disguise themselves as rocks.
We've met one of those people,
Yeah, we accidentally stepped
Possibly.
on him.
Mr. Stone.
Actually, yes, you did. You almost
Yeah.
stepped, or Arthur stepped on one.
You
in,
Stony McStoneface?
Stony McStoneface.
Stony McStoneface.
Good to
We knew
know.
nothing except for the immediate vicinity of the water he was in.
Yeah, but we didn't see him.
That's fair. I forgot about
At least
Stony.
there's some sense of continuity in this place.
Yeah.
There
it is.
is maybe some possibility that the Coriads or the Briganox may know a bit more about Endlin Moongrave and what may or may not be able to harm her, but I am not sure.
Oh, so we can possibly insert ourselves into what appears to be a civil war
Yep.
between two groups. We can go to pillars around a lake, which can bring you to someplace pleasant, which great, fantastic.
Whatever that means.
And or we can head to the castle. I'm guessing those are our options.
That appears to be the options to me.
As much as I know, we love inserting ourselves into other people's problems. The whole Civil War thing sounds like a wild goose chase to me. But again, I don't want to speak for everybody. What's everybody else thinking we should do?
Well, and last time we dealt with the Civil War, we talked to a bunch of frogs that like to murder each other. So
Yeah, I'm kind
Viva
of
la
okay.
revoluciones.
I'm kind of okay with not getting into
There was very little
a
progress
civil
from them.
war. Though, granted, the only reason that there's probably war in the first place is because
Because
the
of
dictator
Gentleman.
is a hag.
Yeah.
That's what I was
So,
thinking.
we could probably nip that problem in the bud.
Hags
Let's
are
pick it up.
bags.
Heads are
Eggs
bags
are
and
bags.
rhymes.
That is certainly a statement.
It rhymed all right.
You could put that on a picket sign and be
however, we could also use the pillars to transport us to somewhere pleasant. Maybe if our pleasant experience is killing hags, then it might just take us right to it.
Yes, but if she is truly immortal, or at least unable to be harmed by normal means, that might not
Yeah, we
be
gotta
the
figure
best
that
plan.
part out.
I mean,
I
that
wonder if
seems
the homies in the
abnormal.
I
mine would
fully
know that we-
believe that she's killable, but
And if she's in control of this land like the other hags were, part of me wonders if the transport to a wonderful place has been corrupted in some way
yeah.
until she's
Very
gone.
strong possibility.
That's fair. Okay. Well, then we have to find out who can harm.
Or what?
If, what can harm it. So I think the best choice, because going to the castle isn't going to help us any. So let's talk to the Civil War people. Maybe we can figure out who the person is who knows. Get that. We don't have to stay for any of the war stuff. And then we can go and help. Hopefully we can do it fast enough before anybody gets hurt. That's my thought process.
I don't disagree with you there. And if they don't know anything and they just are consumed by their war, we might have to take our risk at the castle and see if we can flip somebody who's there.
That would be that's our second choice, I think. Sentinel?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to get some more info before we take this on. And so, wherever you guys want to head out.
Thinking with your head, Sentinel, I like it. Let's go find the Civil War. Dandelion the Dandelion. Could you point us in the direction of the Civil War, apparently?
Well, the Civil War is happening all around us, so
He means the miners. Let's talk to the miners.
Let's just go to the mine first, and we can.
And then, if the miners don't have any information, we can talk to the quarry, or whatever he called them.
Coriats.
Wherever they are.
That sounds like an acceptable plan to me.
Oh, thank God.
Dandelion.
Joel's like, yep, I'm not the most annoying NPC now. I'm happy about that.
And Joel, your daily reminder that Joel's still here.
Yep.
Gotta have it.
I know Joel's still here.
Nice.
That's the only reason why I'm still here.
Yeah.
With the exception of my now moral and directive to take out.
Now that you're also trapped here, there's no way for you.
Yeah. Also the
well, I did
transported
us to somewhere pleasant. Being back home did come to mind. However, I'm not corruption for sure, and then B, I don't know the ethics of leaving this entire place to hag stuff. So we might have to deal with.
So
yeah, we might as well. We did too, so might as well finish it off.
We're 66% all the way there.
All right, so you guys are gonna head east towards the Briganock mine.
That's right. Well, let's get involved in the Civil War.
So with Dandelion and Gleam in tow, you guys start making your way eastward towards the mine. It's more southeast than east.
In the mine.
In the mine. On your path, you eventually do pass under one of these large lightning rods, and you can see as it takes huge lightning strike, and then a few seconds later immediately sends that energy off to the castle Motherhorn, where you believe Endolin is waiting for you.
Endolin.
Interesting. All right, so you guys are wandering
How large are these lightning rods? Is it just like a stake in the ground, or is it something like a
They're pretty big.
Built?
They're like 30 feet in the air.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, they are 30 feet tall. So they're high up lightning rods.
Huge. All right.
So it's not something we could just like pick up out of the ground if we wanted to. Okay.
No.
So we'd have to like find some way to knock it down.
So you guys begin making your way to
C4.
the Briganock mine. And as you are traveling, there we go, you come across a bunch of hobblings that are wandering the opposite direction of you. And they're kind of wearing crazy clothes of vibrant colors, like radical shapes and designs, a couple masks. There's about 12 of them that are coming your way, and they are jovial in their, in their travel. They're laughing, they're talking loudly. They have no care that they might be making a scene or possibly even preventing, or I'm sorry, not preventing, but possibly even like things happening.
Well, all right.
Are they on the same path we are?
Yes, they are. They
Going the opposite way, right?
Yes, they're going the opposite way.
They're coming at us.
Yeah, so we're gonna pass them.
They don't seem concerned to see us or any sort of acknowledgement that we're there.
One sec. Anyways, yes, they do see you guys, so they are approaching, and they don't really care. They're just continuing on in their laughter, their jovial travel. They almost look to be a theater troupe of some kind.
It strikes familiar because apparently we heard that Edelin puts on theater productions of some kind.
Yes.
They do greet you as you near. But it's not like we're gonna stop to talk to you. They're just like, cheerio, crump crump, nice to see ya, and they're continuing on their way.
As they pass by, I say, "Hello, our dear friend Dandelion told us to ask you, do you know how to kill the hag here at Edelin?"
One of the 12 goblins in the theater troupe kind of stops and he looks at you, hobbling, excuse me. He goes, "Now, what's you on about? You want to kill the hag?"
Yeah. And
why? She's hiring actors and performers and jugglers, singers, dancers. That's why we're all going there. We're gonna get a job and become stars.
I don't know about that one.
I mean,
we can't hear you, Matt. You're muted.
Oh, still muted.
Can't hear you.
Still muted.
It is not through Discord. I'm assuming leave and rejoin.
I think you got.
No, still nothing. Still nothing.
I think he knows.
He said, "Go on."
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
So, I mean, that all seems fine and dandy, but we've been tasked with. Also, they haven't been very nice to many people, and often corrupt this world far beyond what we could ever imagine, and so we've disposed of 2 hags, and we're looking to dispose of a 3rd, and we were tasked with finding out. We heard that she's a hardy lady, and want to see how we could get rid of her. And
we also plan on opening our own better theater when she's dead.
Yes, we have attended a theater once before. Didn't get to see the show, but we're fans. Maybe you guys could show us a little something.
Wasn't that wasn't the show about Meepo too? Wasn't we were gonna watch like Meepo with the
It was about
dragon?
Jalen taming a
Jalen.
dragon.
Yeah, Jalen.
It was the plot of Jaws, but with Jalen dragons. Well, we don't really have those answers, and we don't really want the hags dead, but, well, Endelin specifically, but you could always ask the ancestor.
Who's that?
Oh, no, that's something.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Oh, the ancestor's one of our ancestors. We like to talk to him every once in a while. We kind of bring him back from the dead to talk with him, converse. Ask him how things are, how the weather's going to be.
How do you
what
do
he
that?
thinks of my pants, and if my butt looks too big in them. Those kind of things.
How do you
the
talk
hard-hitting
to this
questions.
ancestor?
Oh, it's real easy. Pete, go and get the ancestor. These guys want to talk to him.
Oh,
A couple minutes later, the hoblings have this like cart. They go, they pull a sheet back, they pull up a mummified, preserved corpse of another hobbling. They drag it out, toss it on the ground right in front of you guys. And this thing is like 500 years old. It's all shriveled up and in like this weird contorted pose. Its mouth is gaping open and its one eye is like slightly rotted and hanging out the side of its head. It looks terrible. That's the ancestor.
You just carry this around with you?
Yes.
How does it communicate?
Hey, ancestor! These guys want to talk to you. Don't be a city slicker and not talk to them. And immediately, you hear a crack, crack, crack as its arms begin to move, and it kind of turns its head towards you. Well, tarnations, it's been a while since anyone want to talk to me. What can I do for you?
Oh, well,
okay. That's
nice to
new.
meet
Ask
you.
me 3 questions, and I'm going back to being dead. Because you young living folk take too much time asking too many damn questions.
Well, of course.
I think the first question, and I'm not going to ask him directly. The first question is we have to ask about Endelin's weakness, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
How do we damage Endelin?
Yes.
of
course.
Okay, first question for you. How do we damage Endelin the Hag?
Well, you want to damage Endelin the Hag, the ruler of Yom.
Essentially kill. We ideally want to kill her. Yes.
Yes, that's the plan.
I mean, only reason I'm in the state I'm in right now is because of Endelin Moongrave. She put me like this, and I became the ancestor.
That's something.
Well, won't be 100% honest with you. There ain't no easy way to kill Endelin Moongrave. She's immortal.
So
lightning strike feels her energy. Tear down these lightning rods, still feel her energy. She won't die. No dying for her. Oh, but supposedly she has a real fine weakness. Real meaty weakness. Which why she's been removing any vestiges of the sun and the moon from Yom here. Says that if an eclipse happens, it'll break down her magical shields.
Oh.
So you won't find no sun or moon here in Yom. She bloated it out, blew it up with lightning.
So she gets power from the lightning rods, but you said even if we tear them down, she'll still have power. We need to somehow get the sun and moon to eclipse, even though there isn't one?
I guess so. That's all I know. What can I know? I'm a dead hobbler. Talking to you right now.
Okay. So that seems to be the plan. We have to find a way to create an eclipse without a sun.
I guess the second question is knocking down the lightning rods won't do anything?
No, probably won't do anything. Moment one topples down, she just makes another one real quick with her dark magics. Pop them up like babies.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the question for the DM. When the lightning was striking these lightning rods, could we tell where the current was going? Was it magically going to the castle, or was it going through the ground?
It was going through the air to the castle.
So we can't even disrupt the circuit somewhere.
It is going
Unless we
there.
stop the source.
Yeah.
We could also just find a way to insulate the castle. Like if we
Yeah,
fought it in
that
the
sounds.
castle.
But even Mr. Ancestor here said stopping the lightning isn't going to do anything. She's still immortal. We need to somehow
True.
create an eclipse.
Right.
Which sounds
So we
crazy.
gotta get the sun and the moon to show.
at the same time and for them to
Gleam
align.
is wearing a mask of the
I was
moon.
just about to bring that up. I was
Oh.
about to say Gleam is wearing a moon mask, so I'm assuming your sister probably wears a sun mask. So
So they are.
So
okay,
they'll do the
I
fusion dance, and we'll get and they'll
I
fuse
didn't
into
hear
an
that the
eclipse.
first time.
And
Okay,
it will
I
be,
didn't hear that
they'll
the
they'll
first
fuse
time.
and dance, and then we'll get the eclipse, and then we can kill her.
Gleam-
That's how I assume, but what do I know?
Gleam, do you know anything about this?
Not really. My sister and I worked as trapeze artists for the Witchlight Carnival when we were tricked in coming here for some big new theater show that was supposedly happening. And well, when we arrived, it was Endelyn, and she imprisoned both of us.
Do you know why she imprisoned you rather than, not to be grim, but if you were the cause of my downfall, I'd much rather just get rid of you rather than imprison you.
It's tough to say, but I think it might have something to do with how the laws in this world work. Now, my ancestors and my sister's ancestors used to be a performer for Queen Zatina. I think that my father, or I shouldn't even say father, but like long time ancestor ago, may have actually had some type of romantic relationship with Endelyn before, well, she turned into the hag that she is, which I think might protect us.
Oh, dang, that's crazy.
So you're
Yeah,
related
it's
to her.
very
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, we can hear you.
There we go.
Good to know. So your sister's more important than we thought she was.
Yes.
So we may not even need to go
Important to me, she's my sister.
Well, not to you. I meant us, as in
We
this
don't
random
know
group of
her,
strangers
nor-
who met you
Yes.
less than an hour ago.
We have no connection or relation to her. We really don't care that much.
I'm not trying to downplay her significance to you. I'm more or less.
You're doing
speaking
great.
aloud. Thanks.
I care. I never
Yeah.
said I didn't. My party's
So
full of
we
assholes.
actually don't even need
10%
this
no.
third question from this ancestor, so we can theoretically just make him stay alive for eternity because we'll never ask it.
Please do not let that happen to me.
I have a question for you.
What is it?
What do you think of the cape that the garden fowl wears?
We're using the last question on this rather than
Come
leaving him
close to me,
purgatory.
giant chicken.
Oh my god, it's such a waste.
I come
Let me
close.
take a look at that cape there.
I do a little twirl.
Oh, of course.
And I flip it up.
Takes a big ol'
noise.
whiff.
Yeah.
It smells like lilacs and beauty. Smells like what I remember when I was a child, back before I got turned into this mummified corpse. Reminds me of when Mama used to make me delicious meals when I was but a boy, playing outside, dancing around the fields like a fool. I give it a 7 out of 10 because I fucking hated my mama.
That was a lot of exposition for you, Head. And that's great.
I don't think we can trust anything he said, because not only was the entire thing incorrect, but like he gave it a 7 out of 10 in the end. So we probably don't need an eclipse. Let's just march into the castle.
You know, he got us out of having to deal with this whole Civil War thing. We can turn right around and head towards the castle.
Yeah,
That's
sweet.
Yeah,
Peace.
we don't need to deal with any
Well,
of those guys.
thanks, ancestor and other hobbling friends.
So,
No problem.
You're heading over to the castle?
Yeah, we were headed that way.
I'll
come
go
with you.
together.
Yeah,
I
let's,
mean,
why not join you? How about we join you?
Hey, you want to join our acting troupe?
Not like
Yes.
that.
So
No,
much.
no.
Yes.
Not that far.
Oh,
but-
yes.
all right, fine.
Company,
I
yeah.
mean, we're pretty slow. It'll probably take you triple the amount of time to get there if you join us.
Oh,
Yeah. So, it's been nice talking to you.
Yeah.
We will,
Hey,
we'll see you there.
Well,
Yeah.
question for you, Troop, before we depart. Where can you grab a good bite to eat around here?
There's not really any, like, plants or anything in yon. You didn't bring any snacks?
I have some, but I don't want to run out.
We have a campus tree.
Yeah.
Well, there you
Yeah,
go. That's all the
obviously.
snack you need. They love to be eaten. Why aren't you eating it?
Well,
It's not
it's
ripe
gonna be
yet.
ripe like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, there you go. Just wait till tomorrow. Chow down.
But
It's
what
full of
about the,
vitamin B12, zinc.
We've been told that there's a lot of vitamins. Yes.
It's incredibly nutritious.
It's a big selling point.
What happens if the campus tree is overripe?
If a campus tree is overripe, well, that's a good question. I've never eaten an overripe campus tree. We did have one from our troop eating Underrot one, and we had to kick him out of the troop. He had so much diarrhea, he got immediately expelled.
So we've heard.
It is a big. It's a lot of it. It's a part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think a living thing could spew that much diarrhea at one time.
I don't even know what to take.
Well,
I'm actually I've seen a lot as people with extreme amounts of diarrhea, so actually I'm not really that.
Fair enough, Jamie.
You did say you were a doctor, so I can assume as much.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much diarrhea can come out of a person if you really give it to them.
Oh boy. Okay.
Well, good luck in your quest to kill the hag. We'll see your dead corpses at yawn when we get there.
Yeah, you will. No, you won't.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, strange people.
welcome.
Bye.
They were really helpful and surprisingly not terrible.
Actually,
they just said they're going to see our corpses.
Okay,
I do
but all
hope to
things
see,
considered,
I do hope
you
to
know.
see their play one day, though. That'd be kind of cool.
That's
We
true.
could buy some tomatoes, throw it at them.
And I mean,
Fun.
they're-
We
well,
should
they're
invite them to the Zafar Inn.
Guys,
Do
they're
a
just,
show.
they're
do
just
that.
realists. They don't think we're gonna live. Nobody has thought we're gonna live. It's fine. It's fine. They're basically warning us not to do it because they don't want us to die and instead join their acting troupe. They're actually good.
They
They're
want to
good
be
people.
able to do their acting.
Yeah, that's
They're
not their
good people.
intention.
They're good people.
Their
Also, I
intention is
will
they don't
say
wanna
for
put it out.
everyone, just so you're all aware, it is pretty late given everything you did in Thither and now I've traveled to Yawn. It is probably time for you to make camp for the night.
Nap time.
I will suggest that to the troop, being the smartest one here, and say, you know what, guys? It's probably been a long day. We should probably bed down.
Does the acting troupe want to camp out with
I
us?
would argue with you if my
Nah,
intelligence
we're gonna
wasn't
go
a
on
12.
ahead.
Oh, okay. We'll pass you on the way.
We'll see your dead bodies on the way to Adelaide.
That you will. Say
Why
ya.
are we? Why? No
Okay.
one.
They
should
were
be
nice.
dying.
They were so nice.
Jamie, it seems like that's just the way to greet people here, or say farewell. So I figured I'd just pay them back.
I would
Yes.
like to let everyone know that is not the way that we greet people here in the other. Those
Dandelion, they were
Thanks,
nothing but
Jamie.
pleasant. All right.
they
I
were
enjoyed it.
very pleasant.
Thank you.
I mean,
All right, let's set up camp.
Suppose.
Dandelion, don't get too close to the fire.
Yeah, you don't want to burn.
Why do you think that I need not get too close to the fire? I like to
Yeah.
toast my leaves from a certain distance.
He likes to toast his leaves.
You look
from a certain
flammable.
distance.
I'm surprisingly not as flammable as you think. I'm probably about as flammable as you. If they threw your ass into the fire, would you burst into a flame and scream until you died?
I love this guy. I love this guy.
Probably. I'm not going
Coming
to
in with
lie.
Heater.
Again,
All
reminder,
Dandelion.
Dandelion does not make love, he fucks.
Exactly.
Dandelion, the Dandelion is.
He gave us great advice. I asked the first people that we met, and look at that. He told us.
He did. He's like, there might be a random stranger that the DM rolls on the random encounter tree and gives you exactly what you need.
Well,
I did see Ethan do a roll, and he was like, okay.
yeah, yeah, first people. I mean, hey.
That's awesome.
Track record for this dude is good. So he's.
Now, I don't want to presume anything, Dan Dillion, but do you bed down? Do you want to take watch? Is there? I don't know. Like
Dandelion does not require any form of natural sleep. I simply perform the photosynthesis, which is quite difficult in a place without any type of sun. So I'm gonna drink some of this here Sunny D to fuel my battles.
I hate
Oh,
that.
I don't know what Sunny D is, as that's not a common drink that I've ever heard of, but sure.
Quota.
So
If
Dan
it-
Dillion,
so
are
fucking
you are
it
making
sustains
photos into
you.
this albums a
Oh
branded
my god.
citrus drink. Hold on a second.
Lord, oh, that was totally ad-libbed.
Lord.
Jeez.
If I blow on Dan Dillion, do little like white things begin to like fly away off of him or no?
So he's like the yellow flower type of
I'm
dandelion.
just wondering if he has any other.
If you blow on him, he doesn't even realize it's happening. He just kind of stands there.
Sways in the breeze.
He just sways a little bit.
Dan
Yeah.
Dillion,
God, that
oh,
was fucking funny.
It was not. I don't-
Composed.
It's Sunny D.
So he doesn't.
My favorite thing about this. Let me just say this is out of character. My favorite thing about this is that Ethan took the time to read a disclaimer about how this section of the game may be triggering for people, and
that was not John.
Has proceeded to make the most outrageous NPCs to date.
Yeah, these are some of the strangest characters we've ever dealt with.
This game is allowed in so many capacities with this book here. I love it. Let everyone know, for those who purchase this book and read, the Dandelion character, whose real name I will not say because I just thought Dandelion was a way better name for him.
Amazing.
Makes no reference to Sunny D. I'm sorry to disappoint everyone.
Nonsense. You mean to tell me Wizards of the Coast didn't get a Sunny D brand deal for their adventure book? That's crazy. They should get on that.
You guys may settle down for a nice long rest, and you may recover any spell slots, any hit points, anything like that that you may so need right now.
I will push the long rest button.
And if there's anything that you would like to do during the night, you are welcome to. And I will also say, Darian, you are getting incredibly hungry, and your campistry should be about right by now.
I think so. I don't remember.
Yes. I didn't know if I was going to eat it in the morning or not, but if I'm incredibly hungry, I will eat it now. I'll pull it out of the bag and tell you it's about time, buddy.
Boy, I'm so happy right now. Cappy's about to fulfill his destiny.
And before he can finish talking, I'm just gonna take a giant bite out of him.
I'm just gonna stare at Darian and watch.
So you're not gonna cook him or anything. You're just gonna bite into him.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I'm hungry.
All right. So Darian, you just take a big old bite out of a stem, and the mushroom's just like, oh god, oh wow. Whew. Okay. Whew, that hurt. That Okay then. Can we slow this down a little bit?
Did it taste super good?
It was delicious. It was the best thing you've ever eaten in your life.
We're going favored foe on this guy with the blacked out eyes, and I'm just gonna consume the shit out of him.
So you take another bite out of him, and you just hear it scream at the top of its lungs. Oh God! Oh my God! They didn't say it was gonna hurt. Oh!
Well,
Lord!
Hold on.
Can I take a bite out of its face so it can't?
If you do another face, just immediately forms. It pops.
Well, of course.
Wait. I was I'm gonna be like, hey, Cappy, are you all right? Do you want us to stop this?
I'm not okay. Oh my God, I'm in so much pain.
Okay, well, I would.
God is dead. God is dead.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna keep Jamie away at arm's length.
As Jamie begins to walk towards, I want to put my hand out, holding Jamie back as
get away
Darian gets consumed.
That's so sad. No.
This is what you did.
Jamie
This is what you did to
try to get over to Darian and the mushroom he's eating.
100%. Yes.
I will need you guys to make an opposition athletics check against each other. Or acrobatics, your choice, whatever is
acrobatics.
Doing acrobatics.
Darby was just shuffling
try to
cards,
out-jump each other.
and then as soon as Cappy screamed, he stopped. He was just frozen.
That is a 26.
That is, that's a 24.
Wow!
Oh,
But I'm gonna give myself guidance on your shit because I know now, and I'm a D4.
I'm gonna cast Hex on Jamie now.
Do it!
That
Disadvantage on dexterity.
So Jamie is just able to, kind of using a little bit of guidance, he's able to push around you, Arthur, and he runs over to Darian, where Darian is eating the mushroom as Cappy screams at the top of his lungs, proclaiming that God is a lie and dead and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull Cappy away from Darian.
Darian's gonna bite you. This is not gonna end well.
Darian, what do? Jamie goes for Cappy.
I will attempt to keep Cappy away and continue to eat him.
Both of you give me athletics/acrobatics rolls as Darian continues to feast upon Cappy.
24. You don't want to fail this one. But you do want to fail this one, Dr. Watts. That's all.
Yeah, you don't want to win here.
I only got a 20.
Whew.
Guidance!
As a guidance.
Guidance is only a D4. You can hope to tie.
Yeah. So I got a 24. So it's a tie.
So if it's a tie, then I will have you guys redo the roll.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yes. Can I roll to disarm as opposed to
Probably don't
roll
need to. I just rolled a 7. So
Oh, well then we'll see what we get there.
let's get really low, Jamie. Get really low.
That one.
Well, that's the opposite of low. That's a 27 without
27.
guidance.
Okay.
Jamie is able to swipe Cappy away from you,
I'm
Darius.
going to bite his arm the moment he grabs Cappy.
Give me an attack roll.
Oh boy.
That'll be 18 to hit. Or, oh, I'm sorry, non-natural 20 to hit. Wow, I have a +7 on the bite.
Woo!
Does that hit you, Jamie?
It does, yeah.
All right, so whatever your bite does, you will take that much damage, and I believe it also heals you too, Darian. Though there's very, very, very minimal Fey energy in Jamie right now.
Yeah, but there is Fey energy in
I
Cappy.
don't have any
Alright.
Fey energy.
There is Fey energy in all.
Yeah, that did
Oh.
7 points of damage, but you're
That's a
feeling
lot.
quite unsettled as my eyes are now fixated on you, and nobody's really been a subject of my favorite foe before, but you can definitely hear kind of like the heartbeat in your ears as I'm just locked on at this point.
He's currently latched onto your forearm, Jamie, fangs biting.
I'm going to draw my scimitars out and kind of like trepidatiously look at Darian and see if I can like bait him away from
because
Jamie.
it's a bite, it's not a grapple. I can move.
Yes, yeah, I'm not gonna hold you in place.
Yeah, I'll just get out of it. I am faster than Darian. So like I will just stay out. I will stay out of his range the entirety of the time.
All right, so
does he still have Cappy?
He does.
All right, I'm casting Longstrider on myself.
Oh boy.
And I'm going to chase Dr. Watts down.
I'm going to, so as this is happening, because it's an action to cast Longstrider, I'm assuming there are components, I can see him visually doing this, I am going to try to step in the way between them, kind of recognizing the feral nature of Darian, and with my scimitars out, trying to draw his attention away from Jamie.
Sentinel, this might be a good time to step in as well. I don't want to, because I'm an elf, and if Darian bites me, we're in a lot of trouble.
So, I'm trying to think of the best way to do this to see if he would be... Because Darian's very animalistic at this point. So, Arthur, go ahead and give me an intimidation roll here.
I'm staying as far away from Darian as possible right now.
It's only a 5.
A 5. So, Darian, I was going to have you roll like something. I'd have to look at character sheets and pick something, but I don't think you really need to. But you know what? You know what? You could roll a natural 1, so I need to do a little bit of on-the-fly DMing here.
You could do perception to see if like he even sees what I'm doing.
Yeah, perception or insight.
I was thinking perception, but I wasn't sure if something else. So...
Maybe a casual insight to see if like I can tell.
No, we'll do perception. We're gonna do perception.
You're feral. How are you gonna insight something when
you're
feral?
I have a +10 to insight and I want to use it.
Perception, baby.
All right.
Okay,
it's
just
that's
an insight.
Good.
It seems like a decent counter to most
18.
things.
Yeah, you definitely crush his. Arthur's not able to draw your attention. You're still laser focused on Jamie.
I'm also getting out of there.
I'm gonna shoot Jamie with my longbow.
All right, Darian. All right.
I am out of this area.
I'm gonna scream out to him, "Give me my fucking mushroom!"
It's at this point, I think I'm going to have to hit you with the Jack of Chains, and I am sorry.
Okay, give me one moment here. So this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Darby, Darian, and Jamie, you've all said you want to do something. All of you give me an initiative roll and tell me what you get.
Aw. Okay. 7.
Wow, I rolled a 7 on my die, so that gives me a 11.
I also have an 11.
I think
who would
you have higher dex?
I believe Jamie probably has.
I have 18.
Oh, your dex is higher than mine.
Really?
Darby,
interesting.
You may go ahead and do your move first, then Jamie, and then Darian.
I am going to need a wisdom save from you, Darian, of 16.
Oh, you got so lucky. I just rolled a 1, so
that's
5.
You are paralyzed.
All right, Darian
for
is
a minute.
paralyzed for a minute. The Darby chucks a card and all these chains kind
The
of
golden
grab
chain,
him,
the yellow jack.
pull him down to the ground and are holding him in place.
All right, can I maybe talk while paralyzed?
Yeah, you can. I'm fine with you.
Actually,
Through gritted
not be able
teeth, I'm going to point
I
out the
think you can technically only
hypocrisy of
speak
Dr. Watts.
falteringly.
You squash the fucking inkwell, but you won't let me eat a fucking mushroom?
I'm ignoring him.
You hypocrite! You're a
Oh,
fucking hypocrite!
Are you okay?
You're a
Are you
hypocrite!
alright,
Give me the
Cappy?
fucking mushroom!
Oh boy.
Cappy, are you alright?
Great
You don't give
pain
a
right
fuck
now.
about Cap! You didn't give a
Oh,
fuck about
God.
Bert, you piece of shit! Give me the mushroom!
You
Come-
need.
Come close to me, Dr. Watts.
I am as close as I feel like I would like to be to you currently.
Kill me. End my suffering.
I don't think that's the move, homie.
Look at me. I have no legs anymore.
I didn't even know
I
you
have
had
a
legs
face.
before.
I didn't. But now I definitely don't have legs.
That's a valid point, though. That is a valid point.
Cappy coming in with the insight.
I am going to slowly walk over to Darian, who is laying on the ground.
Chained to the ground, yeah. With
Eyes
magical
are
golden chains.
fixated on Dr. Watts and my mushroom.
All right, well, Cappy, like you've been pretty adamant about being eaten,
I know.
and now and then you said that you didn't want that to happen. So now I'm gonna need your help here, bud.
Okay.
What's the situation?
I don't know. They told me that being eaten was a higher sentence. They said that I'd attain godhood after I'd been consumed. But they didn't say it was gonna hurt like this. They didn't say that I was gonna feel pain in every orifice of my body. That every nerve and fiber of my being was just gonna radiate like a burning sun as I was chopped down upon. There is no God. No living physical being would ever subjugate their people to this.
That is correct. You've described a lot of things that are right. So here's the thing, bud. I'm not gonna kill you. That's off the table.
Give me this. Give me to the guy with the horns. He looks like he'll kill anything.
That's also probably correct, and something I'm sure he's gonna need to unpack on his own time. I don't know anything about Cappies. I don't know. I couldn't even give him medicine to make him feel better, right? Like I have nothing.
Probably not. Yeah, you have zero
He's
clue
a
how
mushroom.
Yeah, he's a mushroom.
He's a mushroom. Yeah, bud. Let me see. I think I could figure out something to do. Can I make a medicine check to see if there's anything I can do?
You can, but at disadvantage.
That's fair.
He do be a mushroom.
He do be a mushroom. Okay, so that is a 1, and then we'll see what the other one is.
It's a 1.
No. So 13 is my disadvantage roll.
You have zero clue how this mushroom functions. You could have plucked a mushroom out from your backyard and been like, "This is a mushroom."
This is Cappy.
It's the same thing.
This is Cappy.
Okay, I know what I can do. Cappy,
yes.
I can do. He has a mouth, right?
Yes.
And a face.
I'm talking.
I have something that I can help you.
Okay.
But like it might fundamentally change a lot about you for a particular period of time.
Okay, what's that?
I have I have 5 of these potions that I got from the circus. One, they could turn you into a pixie. You could be a pixie for about an hour and get as far away from this area as you'd like to get to. And then
you'll be back to a mushroom pain go away.
Well, I'd be able to help you, first of all, because you have a more reliable anatomy.
He'd be a pixie with chunks bitten out of him.
Yeah. So it doesn't turn him into a pixie; it just shrinks him and gives him pixie wings too. He doesn't become
that's what it says. It says
physical human.
Yeah, no, it just makes you pixie size.
Yeah.
Oh, well then never mind. Then I got nothing then for you. That was my only other option.
Feed him to Darian. He'll die and he'll stop complaining.
Like, you gotta tell me something, Cappy, or else it's just gonna be you're in pain for now.
Be back to him. This is my lot in life. It's to be eaten. It's to attain sainthood, even if it's a lie. Viva la mushroom!
Okay.
And I will die with honor.
You sure?
Think of my people, Sir Watts. Tell them what I did here.
Okay. Sure. All right. Well, then
It's
I'll
definitely been a minute. Darian's out of his thing.
I was gonna say, as Jamie was having this conversation with Cappy, I've kneeled down over Darian and I'm trying to get him to fixate on something else to kind of draw his attention. I'll kind of kneel near him and I will like point to Darby, who I already know is keeping his distance. Like, stay where you're at. And I am going to, not in a way to cause damage, but I am going to unarm, like I'm going to like slap Darian to try and get him to focus on me, to like basically say like, are you in there? Like, Darian,
Darren,
I
will say it's enough stimulation. You are focused on Arthur, who does have a bit of Fey energy in him.
Ooh. And I ate probably like at least a third of Cappy, so I'm a little bit satiated. I still got the blacked out eyes. But after a few slaps and looking right back at Dr. Watts, I finally make eye contact with you, Arthur. And then you kind of see like the darkness around the eyes makes the eyes black, and then like veins popping out, think like Witcher style, and it starts to fade a little bit, but the eyes are still blacked out.
Right.
Like,
are you in there?
Yeah, what? I'm just processing what just happened. Did I really just bite Dr. Watts?
You did.
You wouldn't be in chains if you didn't.
Oh, good reaction on that one, Darby.
It's more for my safety than his, I'm going to be honest.
Are you in control right now? And you're gonna see my right hand is kind of like near your shoulder, but my left hand is on an unholstered pistol to my left hand side.
Like, I think so. Are the chains still up at this point? Yeah, because you said you were doing this while Dr. Watts. I'm like, I think so. As you see, kind of like the hands like trembling a little bit, even though I'm a little bit paralyzed, they're just kind of like vibrating uncomfortably.
Okay, we're gonna trust you here, but just know if you make any sudden moves, you're gonna force my hand into something you're not gonna want.
Well, to be fair, I was fine until Dr. Watts stole what I was actively eating.
Yes.
I understand that you were provoked. I'm not saying there was no fault on the other party. I'm just making sure the more dangerous situation is handled first.
I think I'm okay. I want to finish eating the mushroom because I'm still hungry, but I'm not as hungry as I was, so I think I am okay.
Understood. And I'm just gonna kind of very quickly look over at Darby, kind of like letting him know he can drop the spell, and then I'm gonna look right back at Darian, ready to act if I need to.
I will drop.
I will say, too, if you drop the spell, it's right about the time that Jamie and Cappy have had their little conversation as well.
I will drop it. But I will back up an extra 5 feet after I drop it, just in case.
A little neck crack, and then I will walk over to Dr. Watts and I'll put my hand out for Cappy.
I'm like, all right, Cappy. I'm like, if this is what you want, I'm gonna let it happen.
This isn't what I want. This is what has to happen.
And I'm gonna try to finish Cappy off in one bite, if I can.
You just
a little bit more humane than the gnawing at him I was doing.
I will
Some
set
ripping
Cappy
chunks.
down. I will set Cappy down on the ground, and I'll just go back to where I was before.
All right. It's on the floor by your feet, Darian.
I will dust Cappy off and try to consume him in one bite.
Oh, foul beast who consumes me. Do your worst.
Okay, sorry it hurt, Cappy, but you are pretty tasty, and I'm feeling all the vitamins and minerals, and then I'm just gonna...
It's a big mushroom. You kind of cram them down there and chew them up a little bit. You swallow Cappy. As you're kind of chewing them, you kind of get like these muffled screams of just pain and terror for a second, and then it goes dead silent, and there are no words or voices anymore. Add Cappy to the kill count, Brendan.
I will, actually.
And then the eyes will go back to normal, and I'll go, ooh. Well, that was something.
Yes.
Dr. Watts, I would like to first apologize for biting you in the arm. While we figure out what's going on in here, I think it's best we treat me like a feral animal while I'm eating, and don't take the food. And I also apologize for the mean things I said. Yeah. But hey, I'm not hungry anymore, guy.
Well, isn't that just swell?
I will look up after I finish bandaging my arm. I will look up and just be like, I normally don't concern myself with the opinions of junkies, so don't worry about it.
Okay, Dr. Watts, you don't need to be poking the bear right now calling me a junkie.
I literally just turn around and keep going the way we're going to finish up camp.
God, get fucked, Dr. Watts. I'm gonna
Camp
mumble it
is
under
technically already set up, so you guys set it up before you.
I'll go over to my spot to.
Oh boy.
All right. So Darian is eating. Is there anything else people would like to do around camp for the night?
You know, I was going to ask you some questions, Arthur, but with how exciting tonight has been, I don't know if it's even worth bothering at this point.
Glad.
Yeah,
That
I'm
gets
sure
me
you
out of
are.
an awkward conversation.
Darby just goes up later. So, I heard you killed kids.
Yeah, so about those children you murdered in an orphanage. What was up with it? Just be ready
Joel
for it.
just kind
Arthur.
of
It
sees
will-
the aftermath
It will come.
of all this. He's just like, everybody, love everybody. He just
Thanks,
sits
Joel.
down.
Oh,
I'm gonna give
thanks,
Joel a
Joel.
nice pat on the shoulder and sit down next to him.
I've been a part of a couple of mutinies before, Joel. This doesn't scratch the surface of what people who have been with each other for a long time can do to one another on just a little bit of sleep. So this will blow over, but just might need to keep. Trust might be a little harder to earn
Yeah.
going forward.
That. Now, hopefully good stuff happens. I got faith.
It's a good thing, Joel. After
We're
what
like-
you've been through, that's pretty tough to come by for some people. So
We're the Six Musketeers here.
Yes.
You sure there was
Yes.
6 of them? But
Well, there's also Gleam, right? Gleam
Mhm.
and Dan
Dandelion.
So we
They,
got
they,
8
they're not part of the group. They're not part of the core. They don't count.
That's
Oh.
fair.
fair.
So,
They're new.
all right. Anything else people want to do around the campfire tonight or around camp tonight?
Arthur will stay up a little bit longer, just kind of making sure that nothing else kind of takes the bear. Go ahead.
Okay.
Jamie.
I will
My-
wait
my-
until later. I will do my 4 hours that I don't need to be in trance first, and watch
Okay.
over Darian to make sure he doesn't do anything sudden. And I am prepared to hit him with another chain and book it if I need to.
Okay. And Jamie.
My thing is going to happen. It's like in the middle of the night, so I wasn't sure.
That's
what-
fine. Yeah, it's just what people are generally doing around
I'd,
camp.
I'd probably be awake still,
Mm. Okay, then I think.
but I'm not
Ethan,
gonna bother you really.
We talked about this earlier.
Yes.
So randomly in the middle of the night, you're gonna see Dr. Jamie Lee Watts just like jolt out of his like sleeping role and like just be looking like straight up, kind of like in like a weird like rapid eye movement stuff. And then I will stop and immediately go to my bag and start grabbing stuff, and then like start you see me like building something. And then I'd also silently take Arthur's pistol while he's asleep and then start working on that as well in the middle of the night.
All right. So Jamie is hard at work into the middle of the night. Darby, if you're up, do you say or do anything?
I'm not gonna bother interrupting Jamie. I might like make a comment like, oh boy, 2 crazies now. But that'd be as far as it
These-
is.
The only non-crazy one here has got to be Sentinel at this point.
Do I get
Yeah.
a chance to receive him taking my pistol?
Yeah. Go ahead. Give me a sleight of hand, Dr. Watts, and then give me a perception check, Arthur.
Yes.
14.
That's a 21. I am a thief after all.
Yep. Jamie will
Yeah,
easily
that's
be able to
fine.
pilfer your pistol without you noticing, Arthur.
Yoinked it.
So yeah, then that's what I'll do in my time until the morning.
All right. Eventually, the
Will
morning.
you return it?
I'll be in the morning.
Eventually the morning does come and you all awaken. Kind of all look over, and Dr. Watts he's kind of sitting his back to where the fire was. There's all of this stuff just spread out. Odd things that have been taken apart. It looks to be some of the junk that you guys had found when you were in Loomlurch in one of like Skabatha's like item holds, and he's just like ripping pieces apart and putting it together, and he's made all these strange contraptions.
And done. And then I will press. You will see me press the top of a little being. And it looks like it's a tiny, let me read this right so I make sure I get it right. A tiny homunculus look. It's like a humanoid being.
Hey.
Looks sort of like Nim from earlier. The construction looks similar, though it's made with mismatched parts. And but it's like white with a red cross on it. And it's got wings similar to Sir Tristan's wings, but a facsimile of it made from various the things. It kind of just like floats up, and it doesn't say anything because it can't.
Given its mismatched wings, as it flies upwards, it kind of is struggling a little bit, but it eventually manages to catch wind and steady itself.
Like, I knew it. I knew it. Oh my goodness. It was right there. It was right there the entire time. I can't believe I didn't.
That's what you had to get out of bed for, huh?
Huh?
Oh, you didn't even notice I was still awake, huh?
Yeah. No. I saw everything. But I didn't. But I forgot most of it. But I remembered a few key things. And haha! Look, it's a nurse. It's nurse. This is a nurse. I built one to help. Also, I managed to figure out some stuff to give us a little bit more healing things. You just had to melt some of it down and change some of its elemental properties, and which is a little harder than I expected. But like, I think we can get out of this with our lives intact, for at least for the time being. Whew. That was crazy.
That's quite handy.
Does nurse give high fives?
I'm
gonna hold my hand up to nurse.
Technically, it says it's friendly to me and my companions and obeys my command. I'm gonna say, nurse, go give the patient a high five, and it will just run. It'll go over there and it will slap Darian's hand and then fly back over to me. I was like. And the vocal processing unit is working. I can't get it to talk, but we'll figure that out. There's something. I don't know what makes Nim able to do what it does, but I'm sure I could figure it out.
I don't know.
Well, this is pretty.
I was wondering if that was inspiration for it. Very well done.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if the church can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is a very interesting creation that you have created there, Doctor.
Oh, thank you very much, Dan Billion.
You are welcome.
I appreciate you saying that, and I am very excited about it as well.
Arthur, you also realize you do not have your pistol.
Yeah, I'm gonna begin frantically searching my bedroll, look around, and then begin asking if anybody saw it.
I will just point to Jamie.
Oh yeah, you sleep real soundly for a pirate. Anyway, I have.
Yeah, I was a little shocked by that myself.
I'm gonna hold the gun out, kind of like it's like a thing. Like, yeah, I have your gun. I fixed it.
Wasn't broken, and I'm just gonna like snatch it out of his hands.
It's like it was. You're gonna see on it, like where you load the things. There are actually two little like crystalline things, and they're just like sparking. I'm like, yeah, no, it was broken. It needed bullets. It doesn't anymore. You can create them out of the air. You hyperlized.
That's actually a really good one to give him for that.
Yeah,
and it's
crazy good one.
I fixed the sight on it. It was leaning to the left, and now it's leaning to the right, which should give you a +1 if I was thinking about your aiming in
numbers, which obviously you wouldn't do because. But I, so I fixed it.
Arthur's just kind of grin. Immediately notice that he's grinning. Wipe the grin off his face. Goes, yeah, thanks. And I'm just gonna like put it into the holster there.
Yeah.
Even Joel looks impressed, and he's kind of like, "Dang, we got a regular old Doc Brown with us right now."
More like John Wick, but yes, correct.
Don't know who either of those people are, but
Did you just make a reference?
I'm confused.
So timeout, just from a technical standpoint. My gun no longer needs bullets, and it's a +1.
Yes. So I've given your gun the repeating shot infusion.
Yes.
So it is now a magical weapon with a bonus 1 to attack and damage rolls, and it ignores the loading property. So you just in the thing, it constantly creates like crystalline bullets with the magic.
That's so cool.
So what'd you call it? You said repeating what?
Repeating shot.
Repeating shot.
I'll have to figure out how to add that to my.
That is so
D&D
cool.
Beyond.
I don't know how you would add an infusion.
Yeah,
to
that's a good
D&D.
You could
question. I'm not sure
probably
either.
override.
Yeah, you might be able
might
to
have to,
override
like-
if you. Oh man, I don't even know.
You also too, Eric, you might be able to find like a pistol +1 in like the inventory and just like take that, and then that's a magical item. It's the +1/+1, and then you'll just need to know that you don't need
You
to
don't have to reload.
the loading property anymore. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there might be a section. Well,
Now, does
maybe
that
not.
also,
Yeah.
Jamie? Does that also take away the disadvantage of the pistol of you can only shoot it once per turn?
Well, it removes the loading property, right?
Yeah, it removes the loading.
So then
property.
you
Yeah.
can fire multiple times with it.
Yes, you can fire multiple times. So if Arthur ever, for some reason, multi-classed and got 2
Yeah, I
attacks
got
per
multi-attack.
round,
Yeah.
he could shoot his pistol twice.
As long
instead
as
of
he's
just one.
firing with that particular gun.
Yes.
Yep,
You
then
can fire multiple
exactly.
times.
That's so cool.
Yes.
It,
then I
essentially,
have-
you have crossbow expert with it. You don't
Yes.
need to.
And
do
now
the
I
load.
have the homunculus. I'm gonna say like I figured out how to do a couple other things, but I don't have the parts for it. So or I'd have to take apart one of these things in order to make the other thing. So we'll just kind of have
These
to
are
work on it for now. But
quite useful.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I mean, I know there's like I believe there might be a feat, but I don't know if you'd want to.
There is. It's like gunsmith or like gunslinger or something. It came out in Tasha's, which
No,
is.
I mean, I think there's one that is like specifically like you gain like an artificer infusion. There might be. I might be
Oh
lying.
yes, yeah, there
Artificer
is in
initiate.
Tasha's.
initiate, but I don't remember that giving you another infusion. But
No, I don't know if it
if it
gives
does,
you
that's
an
dope. I'm gonna take that.
infusion. It might. You get a cantrip, you get a spell, and you get proficiency in an artisan still. Yeah.
So yeah, there is no. only way to
So
give
I don't know how
infusions
you
is
would
to
mark that in
do
D&D
that.
Beyond, other than just forcing it on through descriptions and
Yeah.
notes.
Just
Well, I
hit me
think the
+1 to
+1
bonus,
pistol.
+1 to damage, and then I'll just know in my head that it's magical.
I
And
mean, you
you
can mark
remove
in the
the
notes that
loading
it has repeating shot, doesn't need ammo.
Yeah. So. All right,
Yeah.
it is morning. You guys may continue your way on to Motherhorn, but why don't we go ahead and take a slightly late 10-minute break here and come back at 9:40?
Yes, I
Deal.
figured it out. But yes, we can take our break. I'll tell you
Cool.
during the break.
So
The break.
we will be back at 9:40, everyone. See
Yeah.
you then.
940.
And we're back.
Back.
Yeah.
Yo.
we're here.
We'll be back with Sunny D.
Yeah.
I wish.
That
Oh, no.
causes photosynthesis.
Yep.
Oh no.
No
Or
photosynthesis
Sunny
in your
D
chest
on your
tube.
plants.
Yep.
No,
yeah.
don't do
Or
that.
Sunny D in your
Learn
garden.
everything.
They
You
will
will
survive.
kill them.
D is what plants crave.
I mean, I
Yeah,
say
no
that.
gardening
like I know
tips.
anything.
Pour Sunny D on your flowers. Do
It has sun in it, and therefore it's good to go.
Sunglasses. Put them on your plants.
You
Put
don't
'em
want
on
them
your
to- you don't want them to
dandelions.
burn. You know, they got to be able to see.
All right. So you guys have awoken.
Ugh.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do? Any other conversations people want to have around the camp before you head out for the day?
Don't think so.
No, I will save it for later.
All right. So you guys head
We'll have
on
that
out.
conversation another night.
Make your way north.
Just keep
All right.
avoiding, just keep
I
causing
will.
dramas so
I
nobody has
will say
conversations
to
with me.
Arthur, it will happen. We will have this
Will it, though?
conversation.
Will it?
Yes. I have questions.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, Darian's got a feed every day at this point. You could just keep stealing his
Yes, there we go.
That's true.
Just keep poking the Darien
What
bear.
what Fey food do you have left? You have some like
It
cookies,
sells the
right?
biscuits, yeah.
Yep, I
The
have.
biscuits.
Let me see. I have exactly
You have Sue's biscuits.
6 biscuits.
There you go. So you
Is
got
that
some
it?
time.
You could always just bite into Darby.
Yeah, I don't know how keen I am on that. I'm not gonna lie.
Take his hand.
Definitely not my hands. Those
Eat
are
his
arguably
hat.
more important than my feet right now.
Eat his hat.
That is how
Alright,
you get
man.
killed.
Yeah.
I will actually fight you.
Magic hat.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
Don't mess
You guys
with
start
that.
making your way north towards Motherhorn, technically
Yeah.
towards those beacons because it's on the way. But you're making your way to Motherhorn. You start. You were headed towards the Briganock mine, but you've now rounded back around the water mass. You're making your way north. As you are traveling, you come across what seems to be a throne of some type that has been set into the mountain. And it's not just like, oh, this is some rock formation that kind of looks like a seat. No, this is a well-carved, well-chiseled out throne, like with all of the details and everything just in the mountain. Looks
Are-
like a large person, like a large creature could sit there.
I'm gonna look at Sentinel.
No.
It's probably a trap, Sentinel. Don't sit in it.
I will sit in it.
There is, as you approach Sentinel, you do see text written upon it. Do you speak Elvish?
I don't think so.
I happen to know someone.
Oh, I do.
Sentinel speaks
actually?
Elvish.
I do.
That's insane.
That's
All right.
awesome. Way to
Yeah.
go.
The Elvish text set into the seat of the throne reads, I am a traveler from distant lands. My name is Mazakoth, Keeper of Stars. Sit on my throne, disciple, and unravel.
That
Seems safe enough.
Yeah.
I know his name.
Sentinel pops a squat, which he is able to fit. As I said, a large creature could sit upon this throne. And it is a rocky stone throne that has been carved out of a mountainside, so it is not the most comfortable thing. But fortunately for you, Sentinel, you're a chicken, so you're used to sitting on the ground. And your
Yeah.
feathery butt has made a proper cushion that has made this not so bad. How long do you sit on it for?
I don't know. If nothing happens, then I'll just keep sitting there until we
Sit on
go to do something. Yeah. So.
Well, Sentinel,
So-
I will say that if you're kind of just sitting there, you guys are just standing there watching his Sentinel sitting on the throne.
Continue forward. I am not just gonna stand there and watch Sentinel sit on desecrate rock formation.
Sentinel.
I'll wait with Sentinel.
Oh, Jamie will wait. Is there anyone else waiting, or are you guys moving on?
I'll definitely wait long enough to read the throne, and then I will just like this is.
Well, if Sentinel is sitting on it, you cannot read it because his butt is in the way.
Oh, okay. I thought it was on like the.
It's on the seat.
I'll walk with Arthur, I guess.
Yeah,
Alright.
they'll just I don't care.
Well, besides Jamie, Sentinel, your party starts walking away, but you do sit on it long enough for 1 minute, where you begin to get incredibly sleepy, drowsy, to the point where you immediately pass out. And Sentinel, you are unconscious now.
Hey, Sentinel, buddy. I will try to arouse him from his sleep.
You are unable to.
Nick's reaction.
Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull him off the chair.
Do we hear Jamie
How
panicking?
much do you weigh, Sentinel?
He's
Like a
1,200
ton.
pounds.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
over
like
a ton.
You cannot pull him by yourself, Dr. Watts.
That sucks. I'm gonna be like, hey, Sentinel. Well, actually, you know what? No, I am going to send Nurse over to the people to tell them, to just like buzz around them and try to bring them back over while I try to get Sentinel off.
Well, I wasn't that far away. I could probably hear Jamie panicking, struggling with all his might to move the bird. So I will stop. I will huff dramatically, and then I will turn back around and walk over to where.
They do love to get
Sentinel.
into trouble, huh?
I feel like
I will pat Nurse on the head as I walk past Nurse and go towards
give
where
Nurse a
Sentinel
high
is
five.
sleeping.
Nurse does not give
Here's
you
a high five. It's high five.
Okay.
unless it is ordered to. Unfortunately.
That is fair. I will play it off poorly.
So Sentinel is just passed out on the seat.
Yes.
Yes, he is just asleep. He's like kind of nestled his beak into his chicken breast, and he's just snoring away right now.
Am I experiencing anything? Or
Yes, Sentinel, you are in fact experiencing something. The meaning of the stars in the universe is currently flying around your chicken finger brain right now.
Ooh.
Well,
not quite in the same way that happened to Jamie, but in a different way.
Let's get him off there.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a dragon. What's going on? Did you just fall asleep sitting on this throne?
Yeah.
You guys were watching him.
Yeah, no, apparently he just fell asleep. While
Awesome.
sitting on this throne, and yeah.
Great. All right. Heave ho, and I'm just gonna grab one of Sentinel's arms and try and begin thrusting him from the throne. If everyone will help me on the count of 3.
Yes.
Real help.
Still 1,200 pounds though.
I know, but
Four-
you're super
four
face
people.
strength right now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you're
Just
roided.
imagine, Darian. Just imagine that Sentinel is sitting on
I mean-
100 campus trees.
I did just wrestle Sentinel like 3 days.
Yeah, he did
prior.
pick Sentinel up and move him.
That is true.
That is very true.
You could probably
I will-
do this by yourself.
I'll pull Sentinel off the throne.
All right.
Oh hey.
I'll still help you.
Bad. I can't talk. Darian is able to pull Sentinel off the throne, though he is incredibly heavy. You cannot maintain holding him for very long.
I was just gonna pull him
He
off
just
the
kind of like
ground.
plops. I'm assuming after he
Sentinel
falls
is
off.
now asleep, plopped at your feet.
Gonna poke Sentinel in the beak. The beak.
He
act.
does not wake up. He is sound asleep.
Sentinel.
All right, let's try this bad boy out. I'm going to take my newly crafted awesome pistol. I'm going to hold it directly next to Sentinel's head, and I'm going to shoot off a round, so that way it would very, very loud noise directly next to where I believe his chicken hole ear is.
Definitely.
You do just that, and Sentinel does not wake up. He remains asleep.
Well,
I would like to approach the throne. Not to sit in it, but to read it. Since I know Elvish, obviously.
You approach the throne, you kind of look at it, and the text is gone.
I see. So it is just as far as I know, it is just a giant stone throne.
I'd like to check Sentinel's butt to see if the text has rubbed off on Sentinel's butt.
It is not. His butt is clean as a chicken's butt can be.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
I'm really
so-
like, well, I know that he read something on this chair, though I don't know what it was because he didn't share it with me. So I am going to also go up to the chair.
Is he laying an egg?
I don't. Do they do
I
that?
don't think.
I don't
Well,
know.
I mean,
I don't know enough about
guardian
that.
fowls aren't chickens, as we've established.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
it-
he'd be a rooster, and he's not. So who knows? Anyway.
Yeah,
Nothing about
possibly.
his makes a whole lot of sense. I'm gonna use one of my charges on the Wand of Secrets.
No.
Okay. What exactly? I'm sorry. What does that do again?
Secret door trap on
Reveals
thing
itself.
reveals itself on the thing.
There's no secrets that are a trap or anything like that.
Let's just go.
Okay, then I'm gonna use my other one, my magic detection one.
There is a strong set of magical energy emitting from Sentinel right now. His whole body kind of glows.
What school of magic is it?
Unknown.
Sleeping magic.
Understandable. It is
Oh,
incredibly
unknown.
What's that?
powerful.
What's that?
Thank you.
What's that?
Unknown school.
It is
Thank
not
you.
unknown. I will give you an answer. It is enchantment magic.
Okay, thank you.
Some
All
form
right.
of enchantment has gone
And
on.
there's nothing on the chair.
Nothing on the
No.
chair.
There's no more
Hey,
words.
Okay.
Dandelion or Gleam.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
You ever seen a rock make a person go unconscious?
Nope, this is a new one for me. I have never seen this before.
That is fair. Do we have to Is this where we're camping out for the day? What time is it? We like just started.
It's
still
morning.
morning. Yeah, it's still morning.
We just got up.
Arthur is going to wind up and slap Sentinel.
Sentinel, Arthur, do you have a plus to strength at all?
A plus to strength? I have a +0 to strength.
You take
will
1
slap
point of
Sentinel.
bludgeoning damage, Sentinel, from Arthur slapping you, but you do not wake up.
Oh, never mind.
Whoa!
Well,
Oh.
can we fashion a wagon of sorts?
Sentinel? I don't know.
Underneath him?
Yeah, there's also no trees around. Or
Yeah,
any
what the hell are we gonna do here?
We
there's no.
we
I
could
don't know.
pour the
Oh yes,
Pixie-
just thinking that. Yes, it's great
could
minds think
pour-
alike.
we could
I
pour
will.
pixie potion.
I
in
will
this one.
take. I will apologize to Darian because I was going to give this to you, but I will force open Sentinel's gullet, and I will pour down the pixie potion into his mouth, so he is a small pixie-like creature.
Okay.
And I
That
will.
lasts for how long?
An hour.
I believe you said an hour.
Hour.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Perfect. All right,
I will set him on the sleeping tiny sentinel on the brim of Darby's hat, and I'll pat him on the back and said, "Let's go."
Don't touch that.
I will
It's
just.
Sentinel.
I just give it to. I will say, nurse, could you take Sentinel, please? And
Yes,
just fly with him.
I will
Thank
take
you.
Sentinel off the hat and hand it to Nurse.
Nurse
Nurse
takes
will
Sentinel
take
and cradles him like a little chick, and just kind of flutters by you, holding this tiny little baby version of Sentinel that
Little
sleeps
Sentinel
soundly.
Okay.
is adorable. Big Sentinel's also adorable, to be honest.
So you guys start traveling north with your sleeping Sentinel, which fortunately for you, you do not make it to where you want to go in an hour, because in a little less than an hour, because it had already been time, Sentinel, you finally awaken from your long slumber. And because you were in a long slumber from sitting on the throne, you get the following of your choice. You gain proficiency in one of the following skills: Arcana, Deception, History, Insight, Intimidation, or Survival.
Oh,
That's pretty dope.
That's really dope.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Okay.
Which one are you selecting?
Deception.
whoa!
Sentinel, you
that
now have proficiency in Deception, and that is a permanent buff to you.
wow, that is
Wow.
not something
That's
I
really
would have
cool.
thought that Sentinel would have picked out of all of us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sentinel's gonna get better at lying to people.
He's got an underworld gang of thieves
Yes.
to
Oh
oversee.
yeah.
You gotta be the muscle.
He has to help me run the organization.
And now he can lie about it.
Yeah.
Which I really.
Just love
we really
that
do
Jamie
need to get
started a revolution of the underground gang and then just straight up disappeared. So they've
back.
had
I'm just like, let's get back. I've been very much like, let's get back.
Yeah, poor Elise.
I know. I
Yeah,
did
but
tell her
everything
that
we know.
I'm glad that I made sure to inform her of this before we did this, or otherwise it'll just be the power vacuum we were worried about.
Oh, that's too funny. Nice job, Sentinel. You're
Yeah.
still tiny though. You're being held by Nurse.
It's like
You wake
another
up-
minute or two.
You
So
wake up being tiny, so now you're really
yes, you're small. Yes, when you awaken Sentinel, you are small and coddled in the arms of Jamie's little robot.
And my face hurts just a little bit.
Yep, it just hurts a bit.
And there's ringing in my ear.
Yeah, Sentinel was weird. You jumped on the throne and all of a sudden you just shrunk down, fell off the throne, landed on your head. So that's why your head hurts and your ears are ringing.
Yeah, it's a little weird how that happened.
I mean,
No, I hit you and I shot my gun next to your face trying to wake you up.
thank you that you exercised all your greatest options.
Thank you. I tried. That's all you can't blame me for not trying.
Did you shoot the gun and then slap him?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. He shot the gun first.
Oh no!
Figured if a gun didn't wake
you
me up.
though? Does that surprise you at all?
No.
It's just funny.
That's
Well,
just who I am. It's very in
God.
character. I was like, how would Arthur handle this situation? He'd
True.
pull out a gun.
I just wanted to make sure I caught that right.
Yes, he shot the
And-
gun
anyway.
first.
And Arthur will say to Jamie, it shoots straight now. So thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Feel free to keep doing that whenever
will.
you feel like it.
Just
Well, welcome back, Sentinel.
yeah.
We're going that way. Still.
How was your nap?
It was great. I just saw a lot.
Oh.
And I
Yep.
feel like my mind is opened up just a little bit more to the great wonders of the world.
Get in line, pal.
Is everybody getting hot here?
Oh, jeez. Well, in other news, you might want to have Nurse drop Sentinel in a moment or two here before he accidentally crushes it.
Yeah, that was the plan. At 59 minutes, it was just gonna drop him.
Okay.
9 minutes are here. Nurse just releases Sentinel, and he falls, and you kind of flap your wings, Sentinel, to flutter to the ground so you don't hit it hard.
He also has pixie wings.
So he's got 2 wings.
Yes, you also have
Thank you,
pixie
Nurse.
wings, so it makes it
Or
even better
wings.
for you.
You're just flying nonsensically now.
Yep.
Yes.
Just zoom in.
And
Like,
within a
the accurate angels that have like the 14 sets of wings.
Yep.
yeah. And within a few seconds later, starting with Sentinel's head expanding in size first, causing this giant big-headed bird on a tiny little bird body.
Yeah, immediately.
It just, and yes, your head changes and it doesn't immediately change your backside, so you just fall forward and hit the ground, and then poof, and then the rest of you is big again.
Oh, there he
Just-
is.
Ruffled my feathers up and wow.
So Darian, just take note of that's how the potion ends. So just depending on where your head is at, be careful.
Well, the good news is Darian's used to having a big head after our interactions.
I was just implying that he likes
I
to
know
stick
what
his
you
head
were
up in that,
implying.
so-
I'm also adding that he should be
I'm
used
so
to that
upset.
feeling anyways.
I'm so upset.
It's clear that Arthur is from Elyssia, as he is one of the many
Yeah.
obsessed.
That's not what I meant. I meant the expression you got your head in your ass.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's maybe
Yeah.
I'm from Elyssia.
Yeah.
Gee.
Sure.
Yep.
Leave it to Jamie to sexualize the encounter.
I mean, we
Every
have determined
conversation,
he
Jamie,
is
everyone.
the core root of it. You know,
I don't know. I still felt like
he
Eric's
is
fault
the
to me.
common denominator here.
Yeah, you rock and roll, Arthur. You keep having it.
I will.
Wait till tomorrow
Sorry.
morning when you wake up and your gun's back to normal.
Alrighty, you guys ready to continue northward?
Yeah, he is.
All right,
Yeah.
you keep going north, and you begin making your way closer and closer to these Fey beacons, these pillars. That, like I said, there's one that seems to light up for like a minute and then go out, and then relight and then go out. You kind of see it as you're getting closer and closer. But you encounter something that's not what you would expect. Then again, nothing here in the other is what you would expect. As you are following Dandelion as he leads you over the rocky crags of this kind of half-made road, all of a sudden you see these balls like rolling towards you in kind of a way, like, you know, there's like 5 or 6 of them just kind of rolling around, and immediately one like breaks and stops and then pops up, and it's a goat, twirly little goat horns.
Hello.
What?
Wah! Bah! We're goats!
Of course they are.
Oh, we're not goats.
Well,
You are not
Arthur
goats.
is. One
We are
of us
awakened
is.
goats. We have been awakened by Endolin Moongrave.
How
Bah!
How do you feel about that?
Bah!
Doesn't
Wait,
point us
what
the way.
happens if you weren't awakened? Would you just be dead goats?
I would be bah goats. We just bah the entire time like we used to.
Oh, so you can just talk now.
Yes. We come bearing information. We have much information because we roly-poly our way around this place. Bah!
Alright,
Oh, Information for us?
Whoever wants to, information. We give it for a price because we're awakened goats and we've entered into an economic value within this systematic, society here.
Darby would like your information.
I would like to know what the price is first.
What do you got? Bah.
I don't. You're the one selling it. You should know how much it's worth.
I don't know. What's the information worth to you, Bah?
I don't know what the information is about.
It's about Endelyn Moongrave and getting into Motherhorn.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
One moment. Dandelion?
Bah, yes.
Do you happen to know this information already?
Well, I'm not sure what the information could be. There are many things about Motherhorn, like the fact that it was built about a millennium ago, or the fact that there is a front door that you walk through, and there is an amphitheater in there.
We just walk through the front door, is that what you're telling me?
Well, it's nothing straightforward here, so what kind of payment would you be looking for?
What do you have? Bah!
I have...
What do you want?
Whatever you want to offer, bah!
I have...
I'm gonna reach down and pick up a pebble, a stone.
That's not yours, you just found it.
Well, it's his now.
Finders keepers, it's mine. Here you go. I'll give you this stone.
That's correct.
Are you gonna tell him he doesn't own the stone now?
I guess, but we would prefer something that you actually had on your person to begin with, bah!
I have this short sword.
Okay, that's fine. Give it to Steve over there. One of the other goats just rolls up to you and pops up, opens its mouth.
Do you want like the handle in there, or the like in the blade?
I don't know. What does it do?
It stabs
It
things.
makes you.
What does that mean?
It makes you more dangerous when you roll. So if you have this in your mouth and you're going like that, and you roll by something, you're gonna cut it.
Well, that sounds relatively useful. Steve, take the glimmery end. That looks like the right end to grab.
You want to take this end. The glittery end will cut your mouth open. Here, you take this part.
Well, take it, Steve. We let Steve take all of the objects, because if Steve dies, well, there are 6 other goats. Now, you have given us information, or given us a prize, and I will give you information, because I am an awakened goat. Bah!
Okay.
So,
okay.
If you wish to enter Motherhorn and have a treaty with Endelyn Moongrave, you must first have a ticket to enter her show. Without a ticket, it is very difficult to enter Motherhorn. Incredibly difficult.
Do we need a treaty and a ticket?
You just need a ticket to get a treaty with her.
Okay.
Basically, they will not let you into Motherhorn unless you have a ticket. Bah!
Where do we get a ticket?
Where how does one get them?
Well, generally, if you mail order for a ticket, one will come to you within 6 to 12 business months. Or there is a roving cart around here that sells them.
Business months.
not days. Months.
We don't particularly have an address to accept and or the time to wait for business months, whatever they may be.
He said that it would be difficult, not impossible, to get in.
Where's the roving cart now?
There is a chance.
There's so many questions.
I'm sure if you continue towards Motherhorn, you will come across it eventually. The cart comes to those who seek it. Bah! Why, just yesterday we sought the cart because we liked the puppet show it puts on. And we watched it. Bah! And then it gave us a ticket. But we ate the ticket because we are goats and we eat everything. Bah!
Is there a chance that there's a place without a puppet show?
Do you not like puppets, good sir?
I just, the puppet show, specifically.
I mean, no, there's only one cart as far as I am aware of.
Yeah, I kind of
Of course there is.
Of course
there's always only one. Why employ multiple people to do the job?
It is a wonderful puppet show. It will show you all about yourself. Bah!
Oh, fantastic. Great.
That's
do they have... I'm not even going to... Thank you so much for your time here. Please don't bother us again.
Or do. I think you're quite fun.
I don't know if I want to have more conversations with them, but
Steve, you
They
be
are
careful
quite
with
interesting.
Discord.
Assemble! And they all just roll into their little bowls and roll off down the mountainside. You see Steve with the sword like just hitting all the rocks. It's like veering him off course and eventually just runs off the side of the mountain and dies.
Oh no!
Man, Darren, you just love to accidentally kill things, huh? You know, we could have given it like I don't know.
You could have eaten him for more Fey energy, you know.
Yeah. No,
Those
Darren,
goats
we're
were
not gonna
filled with
go
a lot
get
of
it.
Fey energy, Darian. A lot of Fey energy.
I'm not going over there to get it.
I was gonna.
It's a whole
Steve.
goat. I'm
gonna stand there. I'm gonna stand there and be like, "All right, Cart. I very much want to get home. So, where are you? Let's get this over.
Arthur is just secretly very, very glad no one like made any goat comments to him while we were talking to the goat.
I was thinking about it. I was like, we're not
I
ghosts
did
except
say
for him.
that we do have one goat. There is a goat with us.
No, you don't get to say it now after I bring it up.
I did say it. I said there was a goat.
Jamie never once thought that because he's not a racist. Didn't even occur to him.
He's a speciesist, but he's not a racist.
Yes.
Not a racist. That's ridiculous.
I like Jan. Jan's my favorite so far.
That's great. I'm glad
the place.
I'm glad the place of despair is your favorite.
Yeah.
We have met some very interesting. We met some very nice hobblings. We got Dandelion over here. What's up, my dude? The goats were cool. They were fun. We had a lot of information from people.
Yeah, I can't wait until we get to the castle and everything tries to kill us all of a sudden, and it's no longer a very fun place to be.
Yeah, but that's where the hag is. We're expecting that.
Let's find that stupid card.
Yeah, we gotta find the card.
Let's get this puppet show over with.
So Jamie is exceptionally wanting to find this card right now. How do the rest of you feel?
Yeah, I'd like it to appear. I don't particularly want to find out anything more about myself from a puppet show, but I do want to find the card.
Really
I'm vibing with
I just want
Jan,
the ticket. That's really it.
I'm going with the flow because I'm vibing here in Jan.
All right. So you guys continue along the path. What?
I was just
vibing.
Yeah.
So you guys continue north still, almost making it finally to those beacons. They are probably not too much further away from you. But as you are walking towards them, thinking about this cart that you want to find, you begin to hear off into the distance and kind of where the fog is a bit, this like low organ carnival music that as it like plays, it repeats the same notes, but when it hits a few notes, it like slows down very eerily, as if the device playing the music isn't functioning completely before it picks back up again. And out rolls this large cart, and it has like the reins for a horse, but there's no horse pulling it. But the reins are in the shape like there's a horse pulling it right now as it drags it along. And it's one of these big, long carts, big spoke wheels. One of the wheels is slightly wobbling a little bit in the back, and then there is a curtain on one side. There is no driver on the cart.
I'm guessing.
Yeah,
not even gonna pretend like it's not magical in nature, correct?
It is most likely magical in nature.
I kind of figure.
It's not.
Though I do take a note of driverless carts for the second time, and we'll think about that later.
Did it stop at all?
Nope, it is still going. It's a bit off in the distance, to the west of you.
Is it coming towards us at all? Or?
Nope, it's just going in a direction.
Well,
I think
probably
that
our
might
cart.
be our cart.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Probably go track it down.
Yes.
You said it's not heading in our direction?
Nope, it's just headed off in a random direction right now.
Okay. I'll try and follow it.
All right, you guys eventually are able to catch up to the cart after a couple minutes, and as you near it, you actually see the wheels kind of stop turning. It just kind of come to a dead stop, and it is a cart that is at a dead stop.
I imagine there's like a door or something on it. Is that one of them?
There are no doors.
It's curtain.
Yeah, there's a curtain. There are no doors.
Is it one of those fancy ones where it's like completely covered?
Yes, it's almost like not a covered wagon, because that'd be more like Oregon Trail, but it's one of those like circus carts where you've got like the roof and the side walls and stuff. Just one of the walls has a curtain in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can picture that. I will knock on the side of the cart.
Nothing happens.
I think we're gonna have to get in the cart.
I'll approach the curtain.
Arthur, as you approach the curtain, you can kind of see from the corner of your eye a small lever begin to like materialize out from the side of the thing with a sign that says "Pull for ticket."
Arthur will take a deep breath and pull the lever.
Arthur, you pull a lever, and immediately the curtain opens, revealing a small puppet stage. It is a wooden stage that seems to be incredibly meticulously well cared for. Probably better than almost anything you've seen here while you've been in the other. The banner along the top bears the visage of a sun and a moon. Both are smiling. So this is probably the most happy thing you've seen here in Yan so far. And immediately, as the curtains open, a shadow-like specter rises from back behind the stage. It's wearing an all-gray robe, has no face, and as it lifts its hand, you begin to see strings snake out from its empty sleeves and begin to work their way down underneath behind the stage. And immediately pulls up a puppet that looks like Darby.
I kind of look back at Darby and then back at the puppets.
It is a 100% spitting image, including the hat.
I guess it has a good sense of style.
Allow me to tell you a tale. A mystical, magical tale of 5 friends. And then more puppets begin to emerge. One that looks like Sentinel, one that looks like Darian, one that looks like Arthur, and one that looks like Jamie. All littered about the stage.
What about Joel? Is Joel there? No?
Yes, Joel will be there as well. Let me tell you a tale of 5 thick friends.
5 friends
a
and Joel.
magical journey to save the other. They started in a mystical place of fun and games. And immediately the backdrop changes to this kind of like carnival setting. And like you can actually see the like background, which is just a standard wood, almost like a flip book. And you have this like carnival, the carnival music swells and is louder. And there they found of a sleeping queen that they needed to save from a distant land. And so by talking about envoys from this distant land, were they able to enter? And then it switches to a swampy bog. First they entered the realm. Deep swamp, bugs and spiders. Where they had to deal with its keeper. A most foul beast. Ridden with anxiety, plaguing the things around them. And like a frog kind of creature descends from the ceiling and it like flops around. And Arthur draws out a little fake sword and the puppet thwacks the frog. And its tongue just goes bleh and hangs out. And so the frog queen was killed. It's taken back up. As the thing flips again to a more autumn foresty setting. And so they moved to the next area. Where they encountered the Princess of Death herself, who would plague the minds of the citizens to wish for death. And all of a sudden, all these other puppets pop up, and they all immediately go and die. And finally, a oak tree, like a rotting oak tree, kind of rises up, and it has sort of like a face, almost like an old grandma's face. And it kind of shakes its leaves, and all of a sudden, all these bodies like bop down from the tree and kind of just are hanging there by the throat from the tree. And the party just starts whacking at it. The little puppets are whacking at the tree with their weapons until finally you just hear a timber, and the tree falls over. And then the backdrop change to a stormy mountain crag. And now they find themselves here along misty mountains, seeking their next task, their next kill. First, they met new friends, and a dandelion puppet pops up, and a puppet of like an elf with a mask pops up, and they start dancing.
This is great, actually.
And then they found a mystical chair. And then like just a fake like doll chair pops up and Sentinel 6 on it. He falls asleep. And all of a sudden all these lights shine on him as he begins to ascend as choral music begins playing in the background. And like his head and eyes start like exploding.
I'm gonna look at Sentinel and be like,
That didn't
is
happen.
that how that went?
Is that how that felt?
I mean, more or less. They took some creative liberties, but
Artistic
it's
licensing.
similar.
Wow.
Now, the friends find themselves at a very peculiar place. And then a puppet or a backdrop of the wagon pops up, and all the puppets turn to face it. And the wagon immediately spits out 6 tickets. 8 tickets, because you have 8 people with you now.
I thought I was about to do like Puppetception and just keep going.
And all of a sudden, from the bottom of where the puppet stage is, a little slot opens, and like an ATM, 6 tickets go shooting out and are kind of just hanging in the slot.
I'll
Oh,
grab a ticket.
thank you.
And so you take the tickets. If you look at them, they say. Do they tell me what they say? Yes, it's a ticket. It has a very poorly sketched version of Endlin Moongrave, and it has like a drawing of her theater in the other corner, and it says, "Good for one private showing of an Endlin Moongrave production, with the possibility of meeting the playwright herself. Present upon entry. Void were warranted," and all that other like gobbledygook disclaimer crap that you find on some of those things. Like, this isn't a tendered cash, it's worth 1/100th of a cent, all that stuff, which is printed in the fine print at the bottom of the ticket. If you flip it over, there's all like the technical legal information about what happens if you lose the ticket, about what happens like if the ticket's damaged or destroyed, if you don't have all the ticket, all that kind of jazz.
For resale.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
Right.
definitely. Yeah, not for resale is printed in very large letters. And kind of the curtains begin to close, and the voice continues for just a bit, and it says, "Party go now. What will our friends see, and what will they do? We will just have to wait and see." Did I cut out there or no?
Just a little bit,
Yes.
but
So the
the
bard went, the little bard bot went away. All the videos like jumped around, and then you went black for a minute, but we could still hear you.
Cool. Well, that's good. So, anyways, so that happens, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, weird Discord stuff,
you
I
just
guess.
wait a second, because I'm making this joke. And
Please
the little
do.
arrow comes
Oh,
shooting out of the
boy.
thing. It says "to be continued,"
Oh boy.
and that's where we're ending tonight's session.
Woo.
Nice.
I love this so much.
Yawn has
Early in
gotta
the
be
book, it
funnest one.
says the thing tells you to be continued when the show goes, and my first thought was the JoJo meme, so I had to include that.
It's a good ending.
I love it.
Very nice.
And
Oh,
we're ending slightly early, so I could make that joke.
Yes.
So I hope everyone appreciates
that's
that.
awesome. That's awesome, Ethan. I love it. Level 7. We all level up.
Yeah,
No,
woo.
nope, not quite.
Here we
Oh,
go.
yeah, we're level
Level
8.
sure.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're level
We
8 now.
did it. I'm moving on up.
We're level 30.
Moving on
We
up.
did it, guys. Level 7.
It's the
Level
Level
30.
That's
What
what the
can
ticket
Ethan, what
says.
can Ethan even do about it? What if we just all leveled up manual and D&D? What's he gonna do?
I'm gonna
Yeah, what
go
do
in
you
and
do?
edit all your character sheets and
And every
Make you
monster
care.
we
What are you gonna
face
do about it?
is just going to be Tiamat. Just
what are you gonna do about Sharon?
You're just
Yeah,
the
thought of
creator of
that.
the universe. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, you're
I've
just
never
God.
thought of that as like as a player, but like if as a DM,
Just
if
level
everyone just
up.
leveled up and like just
Just
like,
take the level.
like is this what is happening?
What?
What happened?
I
Hey,
cast
guys, why-
Wish.
Yeah.
You guys were level 4. Why
Twitch.
can you attack 3 times? What?
what recourse would a DM have if all of his players just decided to level other than just making
Rocks
a
fall,
monster
everybody
party?
dies, new campaign.
and post about you angrily on RPG horror stories on Reddit.
Rocks fall, you all die.
Yeah, rocks fall, you all die. New characters.
New characters, new campaign. We're
Try
done.
me.
And then you just create the exact same character at the exact same level you were.
Dungeons and Dragons is a social contract that means that everyone must agree to the rules and stipulations of the game.
I like how we're basically talking about speedrunning ruining our streak of like 3 years of.
I know.